should be live now. Go.
Welcome back, strangers. Tonight we're hanging out with Mike O on his channel, and his channel is That Chapter. If you didn't already know, be sure to check him out. It's gonna be a fun time. But yeah, he covers unsolved mysteries, crimes, and creepy tales, and we're gonna be hanging out and talking about all that stuff and more. So it's good to see you guys. Didn't get to do a proper live stream last week, so good to see you. But my name's Blake. I am one of the editors / voice of the Strangest. Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Struggle.
Well, I'm Ethan. Thanks for checking out the stream, you guys. I help edit and write for the Strangest, and I'm excited to do this. I got the wrong outline up.
No,
So
I struggle with that sometimes.
Man, it's rough. But we didn't know the time changed differently for some people. Didn't think of that until the last second. So
did you guys have an hour go back or something? Or just spring forward?
Yeah, we sprung forward last Saturday night when he was on the battleship. So.
Oh, yeah, I seen that video. I think it's not for a couple of weeks for us, so there's only a 4-hour difference. But yeah, actually, I want to ask you guys a question. You know when you guys went to all those creepy places with Michael Scott and everything, do you guys have to, like, get permission to go into, like, creepy houses and battleships and stuff, or do you guys just, like, waltz in?
Those two, we actually talked to the people knew we were going. We had to pay a certain fee, and then they allowed us to go in there and have it from like 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. in the mansion, then 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. in the battleship.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering in case you guys are just like sneaking in, just like, you know, crawling under fences and like cutting barbed wire, like really going for it.
Welcome back, strangers. Today we snuck into a military battleship. Yeah. But no, like a lot of people do that. I'd be so paranoid that I get, trespassing charges or anything
arrested. Like yeah, totally.
Yeah. We did sneak into one. Well, we did trespass in 2 different places on that trip, but not then.
Was it
like
abandoned
place. It was me. It was me. One sign specifically said no trespassing. So, but it's whatever.
But anyway, introduce yourself if you'd like to. We just kind of skipped.
Sure. You guys probably did it, but yes, my name is Mike O, and I make videos on a channel called That Chapter, and I do like unsolved mysteries and creepy stuff, horror, blah blah blah.
Right up everyone's alley here.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if you've probably seen what I make, sort of similar stuff elsewhere. I mean, I'm on the Strangest, so like you know what genre I'm in.
Exactly.
But yeah, like unsolved mysteries and that kind of stuff, really.
Yeah. So everyone go check him out. Do we have the link in the description?
I think I actually did link it, so it should be down below. I mean, you have over 4 million views, almost 5 million, so
yeah,
a lot of people have seen it. That's exciting.
Things went really crazy there, like start of February. So like I've been putting videos on YouTube on this channel, so we can get into that later. But I'm putting videos on YouTube since like September 2017, and then just like slogging away like 2, sometimes 3 videos a week, and then for some reason, at the start of December, just started going up, and then at like the start of February, just like the algorithm or whatever just picked me up, and it was like really, really weird, like really surreal experience, because it was like a couple of videos I had made like back in November that I'd kind of forgotten about, like. They were fine, like they were good. I don't want to say they're good videos because I'm not going to toot my own horn, but they were videos that I made and they were fine. There was nothing special about them. But suddenly they just, I don't know, something just clicked and they just went everywhere. YouTube started recommending them everywhere. So my channel just kind of exploded there for a bit. I mean, it's dying down now, so I'm trying to replicate it. Wish I knew what it did. So, but yeah, the channel probably just died a slow death now. Yeah. But no, it was just really weird. It was really unexpected. I don't know what happened. So yeah, things are going really, really well since then. But yeah, YouTube gods that we're usually cursing somehow.
Yeah, you can't really keep up with it. I mean, we have videos in the past, like our New Orleans video randomly had a surge. We don't know why. It just did.
It's like one of those things they say. It's like you really never know what videos will do well. Like you can shit out a video in like a couple of days or whatever and forget about it immediately, and then you can spend months and months and months working on a video, and the one you like kind of slap together will get like 6 months later, we'll get like 1 million views, and it's like, I don't know what happened there. I don't know. I wish I had a list of like, did I put a certain keyword in a certain space that made that video? I have no idea. I really don't know how it works.
I know, you never know. Like my favorite videos I've ever made are some of the lowest viewed videos we've ever had. But then the ones that we just kind of throw together, they'll just blow up. So
yeah, it's really, really weird. But yeah, so I wish I could write down exactly what I did, but I have no idea what I did. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah.
Just keep on keeping on and hope for the best, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Keep on grinding.
Well, I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick. Johnny, good to see you. Kenneth, always early. He said, sorry I'm late, but he's still earlier than we were. Kirsty Hampton, good to see you. Welcome. Spooky, good to see you as always. Glad you're here. Hyperdrive said, sub to PewDiePie, always, everyone. Spooky said, I know I'm actually aware it's a Friday. Just got done sending out links for Let's Read. It's 7 p.m. where I am, is 8 p.m. there. It is 8 p.m. here. Time zones are weird. I hate them.
Midnight here.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Who else we got? Masudo Chan, good to see you. Said my friends joined to watch this. Thanks, appreciate it. Tell all your friends to come out and hang out. Vidith, good to see you. Sightlessandra, how's it going? After Dark, how's it going? And After Dark Analysis, 2 After Darks right in a row. But good to see you guys. Glad you're here.
Hey everyone.
So, and hey, Space Ninjalo. Gotcha. One last one.
So have you always been that chapter, or was it vague chapters at one point?
Yeah, no, it was vague chapters at the start. So when I started my channel in September 2017, it was I kind of made videos about everything. So like, I think you can go back to my channel there. Even some earlier ones were like undiscovered tribes or what if fell into the center of the earth, almost like Vsauce-esque. Like these just questions, like what if this happened, what if that happened. But then I kind of started putting, and it was just called vague chapters because it was really about anything, so it was vague. And I was like, oh, each video is like a chapter, vague chapter. And then I started putting more and more horror videos in because they were by far the most fun to make. I just really enjoyed researching them and making them. I really enjoyed them. I was kind of getting bored of doing stuff. So then it kind of just became that chapter. I changed the name because I guess I found that chapter of videos I wanted to make. And plus, I always thought it'd be funny that if I ever wanted to close the channel, I could just say, that's the end of that chapter. So that was really the inspiration of the whole thing behind that. But yeah, that was it. I have had channels previously. Like getting into YouTube was a long story, so I'll try and cut it short. But I always kind of enjoyed making videos when I was like in college and in school, like, you know, family videos. If we have to do a project, I'd make a video for it. And then one of my friends, he started a channel. It was like a 10 channel, but like it wasn't very good. But he asked me if I'd help out with it to do the voiceover of it. And that's kind of how it started. Like we did that for a few months. It glittered out. We ended up, doing other things, getting work. But I still really enjoyed making YouTube videos, and I had 1 or 2 other channels after that where I kind of just faffed about, and then I just started that chapter, and I was like, I'll get serious about it, or vague chapter, sorry, and I'll get serious about it, and here I am.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a roundabout way. It's like even when because I always liked making videos and stuff. Before I started YouTube, it just never dawned on me to make YouTube videos until somebody asked me to do it, which was like, wow, that's a really good idea. But yeah, that's kind of how it started. Yeah, so and then here I am today. It's kind of a roundabout way. It kind of fell into it, really, I suppose, to be honest. I kind of accidentally started making videos on YouTube.
How did you decide to be on camera and stuff in your videos if you're just the voice of the other channel?
I was the voice video channel for the first couple of months, and then I decided to be on camera. I just thought it was just more fun to make, and I just thought maybe it'd be more visually interesting than just having like pictures or whatever. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I've never been on camera before doing this. I have no training in it or anything, so it was kind of just like, fuck it, I'll give it a go. Sorry, I don't know if I should curse in this, by the way. So yeah, and that's literally I just started doing it randomly for kind of no reason at all, and it just kind of stuck. I still have comments telling me I shouldn't be on camera, but
People suck.
Yeah, people do suck.
Can't listen to them. Yeah, don't worry about cussing though. But I was on mute. But don't worry about cussing. Fuck it, we're good.
Sweet.
But yeah, that's crazy though. I mean, again, you know, you never know what you're gonna put out there that's gonna take off.
Yeah, it's like I said, it was kind of this roundabout, weird way of getting into it. But yeah, just kind of happened, and I just really enjoy doing it. Especially, I suppose, I mean, you have to really enjoy doing it, especially at the start. You know, I mean, I remember for the longest time, I had like 100 subscribers, was getting like 20 views a video, for like months and months and months. And I mean, yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. So good. Sorry, I have a cat over here leaving. I was making noises. You know, so you have to want to do it, I guess. You know, you have to, even if your channel was private and nobody was watching your videos, you kind of have to really enjoy doing it, I think. And I think I did. It was just a hobby. You know, I'd go to college or go to work, come home, play video games, and instead of browsing Reddit for 5 hours, I'd be like, oh, maybe I can do something. I mean, it actually kind of started as well as something I wanted to put on my CV or resume, I guess you guys would call it. I was like, I have video editing skills. Hire me. You know,
That's one way to showcase your work.
yeah, exactly. It's on my CV today. You know, just like it was just another. Just when I was looking for jobs, that was it. I was like, hey, I can edit videos. I do this, this, and this.
And you start putting that down on my resume, but then I'm afraid they'll actually check what I make. They're
Yeah.
like, oh no, this guy. Whew.
Yeah, I was in an interview once, and I had that chapter on. This was about like 9 months ago, and then they brought up videos in the interview, like on a projector, and it was the most cringeworthy interview I've ever done. Because I can't watch myself.
I can't either.
Yeah, I just, it's like once I edit and upload, I'm like, I'm never watching the video again. That's done. Because I just can't. I just cringe watching it. And then like after a while, again, you're like, oh, I should have done this in that video. I should have, like, that edit wasn't proper. Or that fade should have been better. You know, whatever, that kind of stuff. Which is a good thing. I actually think it's kind of a good thing to hate your own work. Not hate your own work, hate your old work, because it shows that you're better now. Because it's like, oh, I would have done this if I was making that video now. So it's kind of shows that you have grown as a creator. I think it's healthy. There's probably only like 2 videos I'm happy with that I've ever made.
Yeah, I used to think it was weird. Like I'd listen to actors talking about it, or even directors sometimes, and they'd talk about how they hadn't seen the newest movie they were in, like they didn't want to watch it. And I was like, that's so weird. It's like you're putting something out there for everyone to see, and you don't even want to watch it yourself. And then I make my own videos, and once I hit upload, I usually don't watch it.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
Like, I don't want to hear my own voice. If someone else is listening to my voice, I have to be out of the room because I'm like, oh.
I am the exact same. When like my brother or something would be like, because he watches the videos, he's really, really supportive, and like I'll be in the same room and he'll come over and put on one of the videos, and I'm like, turn this up right now. Like I'll literally get up and walk out the room. Like I get like super serious about it. I'm like, do not fucking put that on. Like I'll just like start freaking out because I will just like cringe out of existence if I see myself. Like I said, once I click upload, I just kind of try and forget about it, because it's just, if I rewatch it, I'll just die.
Especially when you already hear yourself in the editing process over and over and over and over.
Exactly. Yeah, you kind of become like numb to it after a while during editing, but then when it's uploaded, it's like fresh, and it's like, oh, other people are hearing this now also. You know, that kind of way. Like, I can't edit this anymore. Shit.
I wish you could. I wish after it was on YouTube, you could go back and edit more. It's like, oh, I wish I could fix that.
There's actually been some videos I put up on YouTube. And have you guys ever tried to use the YouTube editor, like on the whatever screen it's on, the enhancement
Is
screen?
it like the beta editor or something?
No, I think it's been there a while. It's like if you go to information, and then like if you want to like add music to a video, or like change the color, contrast, whatever, there's an edit function as well, and it's literally the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. Like, it's terrible. So if you ever upload a video and you need to take out a section, just fucking get rid of the video and re-upload it.
Yeah, I think I've used it to like clip the beginning and ends of videos, but I didn't know you
trying
could
to do the middle, you're fucked. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Everyone in the comments wants you to show your cat next time you get a chance.
Yeah, we'll show him now, actually. Why not? He's sleeping. Charlie.
Oh.
There he is. Hey, buddy. Yeah, he's
just mad at the world. I was like, can you not?
He looks like he wants to
chilling.
All my eyes out. But he's a fucker, but yeah, he's all right. Keep him around. He's all right.
Yeah, I've got Navi beside me. I have a husky, and she's over
Oh,
here
really?
making a lot of noise, so she might show up sometime.
Cool. By the way, I want to ask you, like, what's that picture in the background of the football helmet on? What is that? What?
Oh, that's the Carolina Panthers, the NFL football, American football.
Yeah, he's wearing an NFL
I'm wearing
shirt,
a,
man.
I'm wearing a Falcons jersey, dude.
Oh, all right, guys. Well,
How did you not notice
this has
that?
been a good live stream.
All right, thanks guys for having me on.
We're gonna go ahead and end it here. Oh
Ethan,
man,
really nice to meet you.
nah. It's honestly, even though we're in the same division, I don't hate the Falcons as much as I hate the Saints.
Yeah, same.
My friend is a diehard Saints fan, and but I will say, I was they did get cheated this year. But
yeah,
I
mean, I was thinking the same thing, but then they just kind of kept going on and on about it, and I was like, my sympathy quickly dropped.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, we've got to win. We've got to go to the Super Bowl because it's being played in Atlanta, and if we won in Atlanta, that'd be the biggest like burn to Atlanta."
Yeah.
But then I was like, I hate seeing the Patriots win, but I also hate seeing the Saints win. It's like, I don't know.
I think if the Saints had won that game and it was Patriots Saints game, it would have been a better game, but I would have just not watched it. Like, it would be I'd refuse to watch this. Like, I don't care who wins. I want them both to lose. Like, I want Atlanta to explode because
it's the same way when you guys play the Patriots. I was back and forth the whole game. I was like, I don't know who I want to win. It's like, I don't want the Panthers to be the only team that doesn't have a win, but I also don't want the Patriots to have 20 Super Bowl victories.
Yeah. Actually, must have been the sweetest game of all then, because the Falcons were losing or winning for a bit, and then we just had the biggest implosion in Super Bowl history. So you kind of best of both worlds for you, really.
I mean, I can't talk. We also had a shit the bed.
Yeah,
moment.
that's true. Yeah.
But no, I won't judge. After Dark said, "Hell yeah, they got cheated." I live in New England and I can't stand the damn Patriots. Oh man,
good man.
I'm sure. Masuda chants at all small kitten. Everyone's freaking out about the cat. Thanks for not making microtransactions in order to post on chat. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Is that a thing now? You can make
if
it.
we charge, no one would comment.
Yeah, I know. There'd be no chat. No. So, how did you get into the NFL? Like, how many people? Is it hard watching games there? Or
it's a real pain in the. No, it's actually not, because it's on a Sunday and the early games kick off at 6 p.m., so it's actually great. It's a great way to escape the hatred of a Sunday night when you're delving into Monday morning. It's like a good distraction for, work's gonna suck next day. Yeah, but I mean, then you get the late games. The Super Bowl starts at like 11 here, and it goes on to like 4 a.m.
But sounds like a fun party, man.
It is. Yeah, we usually have like a golf party or house party, and like have beer pong and stuff. It's pretty big here, actually. Like, me and my friends are all fans. Like, I'm a Falcons fan. One of my friends is a Bucks fan. The other person's an Eagles fan. My girlfriend is actually a Texans fan.
Oh.
So like, and then all the pubs will usually have it on. So it's growing. It's actually surprisingly so growing. I mean, just the worst thing about it is that every Irish fan who doesn't know anything about football is a Pats fan, because I guess you just kind of like the Boston kind of Irish link. So they kind of go for that, and then obviously they're greatest team in the last like 20 years. So they're obviously jumping on a Brady. Like, I see a fucking Gronk or Brady jersey every 10 minutes when you're walking through Dublin, and it's really annoying. But yeah, no, it's growing. There's never actually been. They often have college games here, or they have for the last couple of years. I don't remember who's playing though. I went to them. I have in Dublin. They have the NFL games though in London as well. So sometimes we can go over to there. I think they were talking about having an NFL game in Dublin soon. I know Dan Rooney, or owner of the Steelers. I'm not sure if he still is.
Yeah, he's still the owner.
He was the ambassador to the Irish ambassador, or the American ambassador to Ireland there for a while. So I think he was talking about having it, but I don't know if they are anymore.
I know they always talked about eventually when they have an expansion in London, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
I think the Panthers are going there next year.
I think they are. Yeah. I mean, well,
I wouldn't go, but
yeah, I wouldn't do that shit. It was actually, I lived in London for a year. I went to school there for 1 year, and the Falcons played, but I didn't get a ticket because the one time they were playing, I was back in Dublin, which is really fucking pissed me off. Although I did go to the stadium like the day before, the Falcons were the home team, so I had the posters up, and I got really nerdy and looked like such a weirdo there at like 11 p.m. the night before, fully alone in the dark, taking pictures of signs. But it's the closest I can get to it because I've never been to Atlanta to see a game. It's like next year I'm hoping to go, especially like earlier you want to go soon, especially while like Matt Ryan, Julio Jones are like in their prime. I've been to an NFL game in Philly before. One of my friends, as I said, is an Eagles fan, so it was a couple of years ago. It was a terrible game. It was the Nick Foles era. Remember when Nick Foles was shit?
Yeah,
It was that era. And I think it was the Eagles versus the Cowboys in Philly, and the score was 9-3 to the Cowboys. It was like the worst game ever. Like, it was legitimately awful. We were all really hungover as well. And I just remember when we were walking out, man, Philadelphia is a beautiful city. I really, really loved it. But Philly Eagles fans are terrifying. Like, they started freaking out. Like, oh man, it was very scary subway ride back or whatever the subway is called. But yeah, so that's the only NFL game I've been to, actually. Yeah, like I said, been to some college games. Probably going to go to London next year to see the Texans Jaguars game. But yeah.
I mean, if you ever go to Atlanta, you should let us know because we drive down there. Yeah,
really? Yeah, totally. Next year, probably not this year, but next year, I really want to go on a road trip down America because I want to. Well, I've, as every Irish person does, I've like lots of family over there. So my brother like lives in New York. My auntie lives near Baltimore. So like I want to do like a road trip, like go to like New York and Baltimore, maybe rent a car then and drive down East Coast for like a week. So yeah, that'd be awesome.
We can make Baltimore work.
We're
in Virginia, so.
Oh really? Okay, yeah, you guys are right by.
Yeah, literally driving the distance of like Ireland, like from coast to coast, is like a trip to us to the beach. So it's like we drive everywhere.
Yeah, when I said you guys are right by, I meant you guys are probably like 20 hours away or something. Yeah, I think I often forget, and most people do, how big America is. Especially, yeah, because literally it takes 4 hours. Like I live on the east coast of Ireland. I live just outside Dublin. It takes me 4 hours to get to the west coast, and then
yeah, we did a road trip, me and my wife, around England, Scotland, and Ireland. And one of the tours we did started on the East Coast, and they drove us 4 hours to the West Coast, and then drove us back. I was just like, "That's crazy." We just saw two different sides of the country.
Yeah, that's how small Ireland is. It's weird. Ireland is really, really small. Like it takes years to get over, but it's really different. Like Galway and Dublin are like completely different places, even though like it's probably length of view to, I don't know, whatever, it's 3 hours away. But whereabouts in Ireland did you go? So you're in Dublin?
Yeah, we went to Dublin. So man, I would have to get the map up. We went to Belfast first in Northern Ireland. Then we came down to Dublin. We spent 2 nights there, but one of the tours we went to the West Coast. Also had been before and had been to Dublin and somewhere else like Cork or however you say. Yeah.
Cork City,
yeah, and then another smaller place. Ireland was crazy, or at least Northern Ireland was crazy compared to everywhere else we went. So like we took a ferry from Scotland.
Yeah.
And like everyone was just like pounding drinks the whole time. And then they had to get off and drive. And it was a Sunday. And it was like the loudest, most belligerent ferry I'd ever been.
Okay. Yeah.
The first McDonald's I went in Belfast, a guy like walked past me and told me, watch me get free food. And he goes up to the counter and takes his dick and balls out and sets them on the counter. And the manager, all they do is kick him out. They just like take him and shove him out the door. They don't call the police or anything. They just act like Frank does this all the time.
Yeah,
just kick him out.
Yeah, classic Frank. Taking his dick and balls out yet again. Yeah. What a character. Yeah, that sounds crazy. Yeah, no, that's not normal around where I am, but yeah, that's weird. Oh man. Yeah, I think they're weird up there, Northern Ireland.
Yeah, I saw your potential like outline on Twitter where you wanted to go, and it was all just in like Ireland. So you don't want to venture up north?
No, I could. hassle.
Yeah.
I'd be honest with you, I haven't actually looked into anything up in Northern Ireland. Yeah, I'm sure there's loads of places to go. I've been up to Northern Ireland a good bit. God, who knows now what's gonna happen though with Brexit and stuff, and there'll probably be like borders and shit. So.
That's how you need to go now. Well, you don't have to worry about that stuff.
Yeah, but the whole thing, then I have to use like sterling, and I can't use the euro, and it's just it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Plus, last time I was in Belfast, we went up. There was like well, like they have all the Game of Thrones like shit up there.
Yeah.
So they had like an exhibition there. When you were in Belfast, did you go to like the Titanic Museum?
No, we didn't do that. We did. We drove around. Actually, had the. Hold on. Actually, had the. Let's see if I still have it up. Oh yeah, here we go. And we went to. Hold on. Man, this actually doesn't really tell what we did. Never mind. We went to basically, what do you call it? The Giants Causeway. Went to the Giants Ring, and we went to this place. I can't think of the island's name or whatever, where you go across this rope bridge and you like see everything. It's really cool. So.
Oh yeah. Like I've been up to so we went up to Belfast like literally just for one day, like train up in the morning, train in the evening. Went to like a Game of Thrones stuff where they had like all the swords and the costumes and the props and shit.
Yeah.
And then we were like in Belfast and we walked around it in like 2 hours. We're like, all right, this is it. So yeah. But no, there's a lot of cool stuff up in Northern Ireland. Yeah, no, I'm sure it's on my to-do list. There's a few places in Ireland I want to go to. I mean, that map I posted, I'd probably do that in like a day or two. No, I won't, but I could because that's how small I own this.
Yeah, it really is. You could really do it relatively easy. Like when we planned that road trip, we did all that, the England and Ireland and Scotland one, and then when we planned our trip to New Orleans and Florida and stuff, it was literally like 4 times as long.
Yeah.
Like the distance. It was crazy looking at the mile difference. So.
Yeah. You have to like stay the night in like motels or whatever and plan it out. Like it's an ordeal. It's not like a short trip, that maybe take a few hours. Like it take driving shifts and stuff.
Yeah, because going from, well, it wasn't supposed to be that long, but our drive from New Orleans home was 16 hours.
16 hours?
Yeah, Blake drove it straight.
It was only supposed to be 12, but we got stuck on a bridge. Like there was an accident on a bridge in Alabama, and it cost us 4 hours of just sitting there in the hot. So it was a long drive. By the time I got to Atlanta, I was like dying. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, that sounds unbearable. Like I think like a 2-hour drive, I get tired after driving for 2 hours. So I don't know how you guys do it.
Adderall. Lots of Adderall.
Yeah. Driving in Ireland though, like you guys have like these really nice big open roads in America.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ireland, like you're taking your life in your hands, going like 5 minutes down the road because like the roads are really shitty here, and like it's full of like these twists and turns around these fields. Like it's hashtag central. Like literally, I was just driving to pick up my girlfriend from work like a couple of hours ago, and I was like, Jesus, get like scary stuff. Like because the roads are just so small here. Like you guys have much bigger cars in America than we generally have in Europe.
Yeah,
cars tend to be bigger, so like the roads are bigger. So here it's like the cars are small. Cars are like medium sized, but the roads are small, so it's a scary shit.
But you guys actually know how to drive. Like in America, people really struggle. Like you don't understand. In these big cars and on the highway and everything, like we'll like block up lanes, just people going slow. Like everyone over there would like get out, like if they see a car coming, they'd get over. They'd use like the passing lane like they're supposed to. In America, we don't follow any of that stuff. We just drive wherever we want. And
when we were on the way back from the battleship, we had someone going like 100 miles an hour, not on the road, just in the grass, trying to pass people.
Are you serious?
That's a real story.
That's terrifying. That's not
typical, but it did happen.
Yeah, we don't have these cameras that take our pictures when we go too fast. So you just hope you don't see a cop, and it's just free go from there.
Yeah, it's like the Autobahn or whatever in Germany.
Yeah,
like free for all, or go as fast as you can.
Yeah, people pretend it is.
Yeah, well, sure. I passed my driving. I got like my full driving license there like 2 weeks ago, because you have your learner permit. Like I'm not sure how it works in America, but like here you have to do like a theory test, then you get your learner permit, and then you have to do like you have that for a few months, then you have to do your full test, like driving around town and the guy's marking you and shit. So I took it like 3 times and I failed each time, and I finally passed it. Like they fail you on the smallest shit, like on gear changes and like using the clutch too much and like passing. And it's like if you pass somebody too early, they'll mark you for that. And, like you have to do a reverse around a corner and like do a 5-point turn and all this shit. It's a real pain in the ass, to be honest with you. But big relief to have it.
Yeah, we get
So-
to take our tests in automatics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Automatic never leaves it off here, which sounds so much easier. But like, yeah, like I'd say like 90% of the cars in Ireland are all manual, stick shift or whatever you call it. Cars. Like I've never driven a manual car, or I've never driven an automatic car in my life. I don't even know.
It's so easy.
Yeah,
You can eat a cheeseburger and have a drink in the other hand and still drive. You don't have to worry about it. My car drives itself, literally.
That sounds awesome. I would love to drive an automatic car. They're just not like a thing here. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they charge extra to rent them. They charge like $100 extra to rent them while you're there.
Really?
Yeah, they really gouge the tourists on that. 'Cause
Yeah,
they know.
they're rare finds here. Oh man, that's something I forgot about it. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So that was it. So when I got my license there a couple of weeks ago, then I was like, "How do I drive in America?" That was like literally the first thing I googled. So if you have a Irish license, or I think it's like a foreign license, like anything that's not American, you have to apply. Like you send it to the embassy. Like so, it'd be the American embassy in Ireland, and you pay like $15 or euros or whatever, and then that's it. Like it's literally a form you fill out. So it's like valid for 2 years. So I guess like. That was the first thing I googled. Was like, when can I drive in America? Because I really want to go on a road trip. Pretty excited.
You'll be fine. As long as you're on the right side of the road, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's gonna be the problem.
For you guys, all they did was like, you have an American license. That's okay. They didn't even have to fill out a form or anything. It was
Really?
like, yeah, they're just like, good luck. When I got the car, like it was literally like midnight and foggy and rainy, and they're just like, have fun with it.
Yeah, go for Asher. You'll be fine. Be grand. Yeah.
Like I downloaded an app of like all the rules there and read through it on the flight, and so
Really?
I knew everything kind of, and just learned. So
Are the
it
rules
was-
different? Like the driving rules? Other
Yeah.
than
yeah, like what was different, like what the signs and stuff, like but I still got like 3 tickets while I was there. At least they tacked that on to like the rental bill
You get
like
tickets
6
for
months
what?
later. They didn't say. They just all of a sudden like Rebecca's card got charged for like $100, and they said it was for like tickets. So
They fucking scammed you.
probably we're just like whatever. So
Americans.
what is someone like if someone's going to Ireland? What's something they have to do, like eat, drink, or do? What do you recommend to get the full experience, or like the St. Patrick's Day experience?
St. Patrick's Day experience. I'll go for the second part first. St. Patrick's Day experience for me, anyway, is stay at home and get a slab of cans, and that's it. That's your day done. Just Netflix. So there's a big parade on in Dublin. I've never been to it. Now, I live in a small town just outside Dublin, and the parade is pretty pathetic, and it's always raining. And you'll go into Dublin, you'll go see the parade, you'll go to a pub, you'll be waiting 20 minutes to get served. You'll probably get gouged for how much you pay for the pint, and you won't be able to sit anywhere, and you'll be like a sardine. Like that's there's like some nights I refuse to go out to, and I like love to go to pubs and bars and stuff, but I'm never gonna go out on Paddy's Day, Halloween, New Year's Eve, St. Stephen's Day, which is the day after. Is the day after Christmas? I don't know if you guys have a thing for the day after Christmas. It's like a national holiday. So like I hate going out on those days because of those reasons. So for Paddy's Day, by the way, you guys do Paddy's Day much better than we do. Like seriously, your parades look so much cooler. It's like we're on a 5, you guys are on a 10.
We like taking other people's holidays
And making
and just
them
doing
better.
ourselves. It's like Halloween. Oh, fine, we'll do that. That sounds like a good time. St. Patty's, hell yeah, let's just do that.
I would much rather be in America for Paddy's Day than in Dublin. It looks so much more fun.
All the green beer you can drink.
Yeah,
the
I had
college,
green
like-
beer one.
Yeah, Like Halloween and St. Patrick's Day are two really fun holidays. So.
Yeah, both Irish holidays.
So you really don't do much on it? That's crazy. I think you just
no, this is just me personally. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit, to be honest. Yeah, it's not for me. I don't really care. I mean, I'm sure I'll probably get like my flag down, and I actually have an American flag there.
Where are you from? You don't even go here.
No, I'm not even in. I'm right behind you.
The stuff you post, I didn't even know if you were completely Irish. I didn't know if you were like American and just living in
No one
Ireland and
does.
like had gotten the accent. Like I was really curious. So
No one thinks I'm Irish. I get Canadian a lot. Or like Newfoundland, Newfie. I get that a lot. Nobody thinks that I'm Irish. I have to like convince them that I am. I think I guess it's just the accent or whatever. I think when people think of Irish, they think of like, oh, top of the morning to you, oh, how you doing there, lad? Like that kind of shit. Like that diddly eye playing a fucking
Jacksepticeye.
accordion. Yeah. But
Your hair's not green. Where are you from?
Oh, weird. He's from Athlone, actually, which is Jacksepticeye is from Athlone, which is like Ireland's Kansas. It's like in the middle of nowhere. There's fucking nothing there. So he's like from much further out of like the city than I am. So his accent is a good bit stronger than mine. But like the way I speak is the way most people around where I'm from speak. I think it's just when when someone's Irish, they assume you have like a Cork accent or a Galway accent, like a ridiculous leprechaun accent. So nobody thinks that this is what people from Ireland sound like, but it is.
It's okay.
Yeah,
We
so
don't sound like where we're from either.
You guys just have pretty general American accents. Like I couldn't place either of you guys.
If you heard anyone else in our city, they have a really deep country accent. So
No,
Ethan and I are just kind of like two of the only people that don't.
So where are you guys from? Like, are you both from Virginia?
We're both from Southern Virginia. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're right on the border of Virginia and North Carolina. So either we're like it only took us like 3.5 hours to get all the way down to Wilmington. So
I don't know what that is.
I think
it's in North Carolina. That's where we went for the battleship. It's like really south, like right. It's really far south, like for North Carolina. So
okay.
And it's like the state below us. That's something that really surprised me about like going through like on our road trip, like passing through countries is like passing through states. Like they just have the sign and that's it. I thought it'd be a little bit more.
So. A little bit more dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you go driving through Europe. I mean, it's I mean, like you can drive from like Paris to Berlin in like 6 hours.
that's crazy.
Probably less time than it takes to get from one side of Virginia to the other. And yeah, you're in a completely different country, different culture, different language, different everything. Europe is very small. I think it's because Europe is so small and there's a lot of countries in it. That's why they fight a lot.
But yeah, like we're about in the middle of Virginia, and it takes us about 4 hours to get to the coast, 4 hours to get to the other side. It takes us 12 hours to go up to Boston, I think, or it was somewhere along that line. 12 hours to go down to Florida. Like,
Jesus.
God knows, 24 hours plus to get to California. I don't know how long that would take.
If I started right now in 12 hours, I'd be in Poland.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So things to do in Ireland if you're like coming here. See Dublin, I guess. I mean, like you said, you can see it all in about like 5 hours. So you can kind of, there's nothing really that like is top of the list. You can probably do it in a day. Drink Guinness, obviously. Lots of whiskey, because we make the best whiskey. We're fighting with Scotland all the time. Whoever makes the best whiskey, I think Ireland makes the best whiskey.
What's the best Irish whiskey you'd recommend then?
There's one really, really good one I've started drinking lately. It's called. I can't remember the name of it. Wait, just 1 second. Talk amongst yourself. I'll check that now. But there's a lot of good Irish whiskey. People drink Jameson a lot. That's kind of like probably the most famous Irish whiskey. It's shit. I don't like Jameson at all. It's like it's just not a good whiskey. It's like kind of like the Budweiser of whiskeys, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
My aunt was drinking that earlier today.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not terrible. It's just it's not good whiskey. So that's kind of like the most famous one. I like Bushmills whiskey a lot more than Jameson. Bushmills is from Northern Ireland, but it's like it's much better. Proper 12 is a new whiskey. That's Conor McGregor's one. It's Conor McGregor branded whiskey, which sounds like it would taste like shit. Uh, yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of Conor McGregor myself, but
It depends. It depends on who he's fighting.
uh,
I think I was rooting for him on the Mayweather fight, but
yeah, he just seems like an asshole all around, to be honest. So,
he does. That's the thing. Like Conor McGregor, I don't like him because he's a cocky asshole, but I
yeah,
also really don't like Mayweather because he's a really cocky asshole.
yeah, that's true.
So I was
true.
like,
Again, it's kind of like one of those fights where you can hope they'd both lose.
I know, it was like a double knockout. That'd be great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I can't find that whiskey, but when I remember it, I will say it and I will recommend it. To eat Irish food is like not good. You have like stew. You have like shepherd's pie.
Yeah, I had that while I was there.
I
So
don't like shepherd's pie.
you
I
don't, or
actually
do
don't
you?
really like Irish food that much at all. I mean, shepherd's pie is just like what, like ground beef in gravy and with potatoes on top. It's like
Yeah, we
literally
eat.
the most basic.
Yeah, it wasn't that exciting because we basically eat like roast beef and gravy and mashed potatoes here. So it's like when you realize what it is, it's like this is literally that with just some bread with it. Like,
Yeah, yeah, it's the opposite of exciting food. It's really boring. I generally don't really like Irish food. I mean, it's fine. It's just it doesn't really light my fire. I know some really good Japanese and Korean restaurants though. I've been really big into Korean food lately in Dublin. So there's a lot of really good restaurants in Dublin though. Like Dublin has a really good food scene. But if you're looking for like Irish food, like traditional Irish food, like don't bother. Don't waste your time. It's like go home and like fucking get some like ground beef and put some gravy on it, put some potatoes, you're done. Which I'm pretty sure anybody can get anywhere. So see, yeah, that was pretty much it. That's like all there is to do, really. And just get wet because it's raining like all the time.
I mean, it's kind of like that here now.
Really,
recently.
it's been really bad here recently, like stormy as shit. So I was planning on, well, I'm still planning on going like on a road trip to film outside because I want to do more of that. Do more filming like outdoors or not necessarily outdoors, just like in different places. But yeah, the weather has just been absolute shit lately, so hopefully I can do that next week. But yeah, that's really it. Sure, I mean, yeah, it's all right over here.
It's
Fine.
pretty. I haven't been there myself, but I mean, it looks like a gorgeous place to be, or at least parts of it are.
Yeah, parts of it are definitely. Yeah, it is. I mean, but then again, I'm sure there's parts of America that are equally, if not more beautiful. So, but yeah, it's fun.
no, you guys' countryside is really nice, but people don't understand like our like mountain area, like the Appalachian area in America, is really similar to like the Scottish and Irish like countryside, like in looks almost. But you guys, it is greener almost,
Yeah.
and like you can get some really cool shots. And the whole idea that you're somewhere else is a lot more exciting than you're just on like a 3-hour drive somewhere.
Yeah, I think so. I think I agree, and people kind of definitely romanticize it a lot here, and I understand that as well. I would say probably the best thing about coming to Ireland is probably the people. I think the people here are a lot of fun. I think Irish people are just. I would just say one thing is if you ever come to Ireland or anybody ever comes to Ireland, it's like Irish people really like taking the piss out of each other, which is like making fun of each other. And they don't do it to be rude. It's just our way of having fun. And just like, we just enjoy busting balls a lot. And again, like, we're not trying to be rude or like mean. It's just the way we talk to each other. Like, we just like to bust each other's balls a lot. So it's like, if somebody makes fun of you while they're over here, they're not being mean. And if you do it back to them, they will enjoy it.
So it's like in the movies, like how like the Irish guy's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. I think like sometimes that happens. Like people think Irish people are assholes, and we're not trying to be assholes. It's just the way we are. Like we kind of make fun of each other a lot.
It's a cultural thing.
It's a cultural thing. Yeah, like they're not doing it to be an asshole. They're not doing it to be mean. It's just we're just like making fun of each other. Like I said, just bust each other's balls.
But your Instagram looks like you guys really know how to party. Like I was creeping on all your stuff to get ready for this. I'm like,
dear.
holy shit, I would like to party with you guys. You guys have a lot of fun.
You're probably, if you check the data, and there's probably like 6 months apart. But yeah, no, we do. But I mean, yeah, I'm sure you guys do as well. It's not really. I guess it's probably not that different. Yeah, go have a few pints. Go off, do whatever, get some whiskey or whatever, and then have a house party, beer pong. I'm learning a lot of new drinking games, which is fun. But yeah.
What's your favorite drinking game?
Okay, I don't know what it's called because every time it's explained to me, I've been drunk. So it's like you get a load of what do you call them, like plastic cups or whatever, like red cups. You put them in the center of a table, and then you get like 8 to 10 people surrounding the table, and each plastic cup has like beer in it or whatever spirit alcohol you ever want to put in it. So, and there's 2 ping pong balls, and people have them on opposite sides of the table, and they have to they have to take a cup and bounce it into that cup. Wait, I think I've forgotten the rules.
And do you smack it? Do you smack out of their hand if you get it first?
No, it's stack cup. Stack cup
yeah, slap cup. That's what. Yeah, slap cup.
Yeah, and you have to, or no, stack cup.
Messy.
So you stack the cups on top of each other, and you have to bounce the ball into the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was drunk when people were explaining to me, so I never remember the rules. But that's my new favorite game because it gets it's very anxiety inducing.
Yeah, I love games like that. Like we have one, I call it Slap Cup. It might be a different name. I don't know. But you have like a group of people around a table, and on opposite ends of the table, each person has a cup, and you have to bounce it into the cup. And as soon as you get it, if you get on the first try, you can put it wherever you want on the table.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And,
that's it.
Then if side by side and it's one against the other, then you slap the cup, and that is my favorite game. But it gets very intense.
Okay, that's. I don't think we got that far in the rule book, but I like that. I like the slapping it out of their hands. That's
Dude, you
fun.
can get messy. That's why they call it slap cup. I've actually been to a party where someone died after that, so be careful. That's a true story.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's
Jesus
a fucking
Christ.
thing. Yeah, it's some dark shit that happened in college, like at Rebecca's college, really. So,
Holy fuck.
yeah, you gotta be careful. Yeah.
That's
You
the
only
end of that
slap
game for me.
once. First rule about Slap Cup: don't talk about Slap Cup.
It didn't happen at that. Like, it was a guy who was visiting the college. Like when he left there, like he disappeared on his own, and then just like got killed. So.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't directly related.
No, but the fact that you were like that closely related, like I have questions further down, like when you're like dealing with all these topics and stuff that you cover, like do you ever get worried like if someone's gonna come into your house and kidnap you, or you're gonna have to disappear or something? Because when I go to bed at night, sometimes if I've been researching and reading stuff, I'm a little scared that someone's gonna climb through my like window and kill me, just because you're like reading all about that stuff.
Me, no. Ireland is very, very safe. We don't. Well, we have crazies here, but no, I don't. I don't. I don't know what the word to say is, but I don't really take it to heart. That's probably the best way of explaining it. I don't tend to think about them when I'm in bed or whatever the case is and stuff, because I feel like if I did, that would be a bad thing. Like it's like there's been a couple of cases that have kind of like stuck with me, but largely they don't be, and I think that's a good thing because I would stop making videos because it can be pretty heart wrenching. But yeah, no, I've never worried about somebody climbing in my room after I made a video. Well, unless probably some of those videos are made about crazy people. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
Like if you're like freaked out, like that kept you up and made you think. Like my thing is that always messes with me. Like someone said, why don't you get a gun? My thing is like the Night Stalker, the Golden State Killer, like in America, like he would like go in, like break into people's houses and then like leave their windows unlocked or a way to get back in, and then you just wake up to like a flashlight in your face and a gun on you or something, and then you just like dictate like what to do, and you're either like killed or like told like whatever to do. So I always worry about that, the whole waking up with a flashlight in your face. So and you can't really do anything because they're like on top of you. So I don't know.
Yeah. I guess we're lucky in Ireland. We don't really have any serial killers like that.
Yet.
Yeah,
That you know of.
yeah, exactly. I know of upcoming video posts. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's not really. I think Ireland is a very safe country overall. It's very low, comparatively low. I'd say crime rate. Like I don't. None of like I've never or none of my friends have ever been like mugged or like robbed or anything like that. So I never. I don't know. Maybe it's because a lot of the cases I deal with are in America, like primarily. So maybe that kind of adds like a deal of like a element of like separation between me and them. Maybe like I don't know. I suppose it could happen though. But yeah, no. I mean, and guns aren't legal here, so I guess I'd be kind of screwed if it did happen. I have a baseball bat.
Yeah.
I don't know if that helped. Probably not.
I had one for a long time until I got my gun. I still have it just in case. But I mean, if someone breaks in my house, I'm sorry, you're getting a bullet. It's like you had to break through a pretty good door to get in my house.
Yeah, they had it coming through.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're coming through a huge door, I mean, guns are not legal here. I think you can get like shotguns and maybe some rifles, but like it's very heavily restricted. I think though, if I lived in America, would I get a gun? Probably would. I'm actually going shooting for the first time ever, like next month, because it's on a shooting range or whatever. I'd probably like with shotguns or whatever, so I'm excited for that. Like I've never held an actual real gun in my life. Like I'm not like pro gun or anti gun or anything because it's not really a thing here. It's not a debate here. Like I kind of understand it is in America. Here it's just like this guns aren't legal, so I'm kind of excited to fire a real gun. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I had used a gun actually in some video. It was an airsoft gun. It was like a pistol or whatever, and people like I got lots of comments about it. It was like, "How'd you get that gun?" It's like, not real. Like clearly not real. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. To shoot guns, that'd be badass. It's actually for a stag do. One of my friends is getting married, so we're all gonna go and shoot guns together.
That'll be a good time.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so. They have a clay pigeon thing. Do you guys have like clay pigeons in America? Like those ranges? Where it's like these orange discs they
Like
fire
skeet
into?
shooting. I think that's what we call
Yeah,
it.
I guess
Yeah,
like
they
that.
have
There's one like less than like it's like 2 fields away. God, that's probably the most Irish thing I've ever said. It's like 2 fields away from my house.
Fields away.
Yeah.
Take a ride at the leprechaun.
Yeah. Was there a Jamaican? Was that a Jamaican accent in there?
I can't do any accents except for I like every time I try to do one, it either turns Jamaican or Australian. Just gotta take it.
Yeah, just got
Take a ride at the field, man.
Yeah, that's fire
get a little of the ganja.
Of all the things people have given Blake shit for on our videos, they've never really said anything about your Scottish accent
Oh my
attempts,
God.
like on those videos. No one has called you out on that.
It's amazing they haven't.
I
They
hear
haven't
you.
gotten to that point. On our video, one of our second video, I believe, was on Edinburgh, and I had to recite like this kind of saying for what was his name, Bloody Mackenzie,
Yeah.
and oh my God, it's so bad. I don't understand what I said. It doesn't make sense. It's like lift the snick and draw the bar, and like no one has called me out. We posted on Reddit, and they call us out on everything except for that. And maybe it's just because they don't know any better.
Yeah. Maybe. But it sounded half decent, I think. I mean, I only heard like 2 syllables, so.
It's rough. But
I forgot what word it was, but one word in like the Liverpool video or something like that, someone like said we're saying a word wrong, but it's literally how we say it in America. And they're like, that's our normal accent. We're not trying to say like you weren't even trying to say it. I don't remember what word that was.
Like they thought you were doing a Liverpool accent or Liverpudlian.
I don't know. It was some word we had that we like Blake said a couple of times, but it's like the normal way we would pronounce it. And they kept saying like, that's not how you say that. And I'm like, that's just him talking. Like he wasn't even trying to say anything. Like,
I've noticed a couple different words. Like, was it we say pedophile, and then I guess you guys say pedophile or pedophile. Pedophile.
Yeah. Sure.
And there's another word I can't remember.
You guys say 3, I say tree.
Some
I swear
people
to God,
say tree.
I've got about fucking 1,000 comments on YouTube. You say tree word. It's like, yeah, I do. It's just an Irish thing, like turkey tree.
Here's a question, and I'm just curious to see how you do it. The last 3 letters of the alphabet, can you say them for me?
XYZ.
Okay, so a lot of people apparently say Z.
Yeah, Z. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
actually debating it in my head which one I should say.
I
Yeah,
had
Zed,
no
excellent
idea
idea.
that was a thing.
Yeah,
I
Zed,
was watching like a foreign game show, and it was like, I guess like puzzles or something like that. They were like, can we get a Zed? I'm like, a Zed? What's a Zed?
fuck is a Zed? Yeah, no, Zed is the thing. Yeah,
That's pretty weird.
but yeah, I think everybody gets those comments. I think not everybody realizes that people come from different parts of the world, so you may pronounce words differently. So, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Rebecca said that one time you forgot how to say Dublin, Blake. Blake had to go and redub a video because he forgot how how to say Dublin.
How did you say it? Dublin?
I think that's what I was doing. I was like, I was thinking of we have a wine place and it's called Duplin. And I was just having a brain fart and I was like, Duplin? And I was like, wait, how do they say it? Duplin? Dublin? Like, I knew it was Dublin, but I was just goofing. But yeah, I had to change that. That was like a big collaboration we did, and I had to change it the last minute before it went live. It was a struggle. But that's what happens. Like, I've never questioned how to pronounce things until I started on YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
am I really saying that right? Let me Google this word that I use every day.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot, especially because like if you're doing a video and you're reading a script or whatever, and like you say these things, but you don't notice it until you're editing, and you're like, for fuck's sake, I have to go back and do this shit again. Because in everyday speech, like you mispronounce words all the time, but like when you're making a video, it's like everything has to be perfect.
Exactly. Kyle Thornberry said, "Where did Mike come up with shoot him in the dick?"
Oh, out of nowhere. That's a good one though. I like shoot him in the dick. I'm gonna try and keep that in more videos. No, that was just my videos are pretty heavily improvised, so I was just sitting there thinking that was the first thing that came to my head. What should you do to a serial killer? Shoot him in the dick. Yeah. So I generally improvise in my videos quite a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, when you do it, do you have a script in front of you? Like, are you reading from a teleprompter? Do you like memorize stuff, or how do you like present it?
No, it's written on a script. I don't have a teleprompter. I wish I did. But yeah, no, it's a script written, so like I'll memorize a few sentences or a paragraph or whatever, say it on camera, repeat it a few times or whatever, try and get a few kind of good versions of it, and then other parts I'll read directly from the script. But it's usually pretty. I improvise quite a lot, and just play around with it, because like for people who've seen my videos, I deal with dark subject matter, like it is horror, but I try and add like some elements of humor, just to try and lighten the tone a little bit, which I've gotten accused for as well of being insensitive. And I try to be sensitive, but I mean, I don't know. Again, I have quite a dark sense of humor, where I try and inject jokes into serious. It's just like to, it's like things are getting pretty heavy, guys. Here, let's just like make a joke about it. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like when I hear bad news personally, like something that affects me personally, say like somebody I know or a family member has been, something bad to them has happened, my natural reaction, and it's a nervous instinct, is to make a joke. Like my nervous reaction to bad news is to make a joke about it.
You're fucking sociopath.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm a sociopath. It's like a nervous tick I have.
No,
So,
that's how I am too. I get in trouble for it a lot.
Yeah, I do as well, and it's just I generally just have a dark sense of humor. Like my favorite comedians tend to joke about dark things. So I'm not trying to be insensitive. It's just my way of trying to add some kind of levity or something to the subject matter. But yeah, that's where shoot him a dick came from. My brain, from nowhere else. I wish I knew where it came from, but I like it. I'm gonna keep it. I'll add t-shirts. It'll be fun.
I mean, you should do
That's
it.
awesome.
I couldn't really tell like how you did the videos, like if you were like reading it or just like completely like making it up as you went. Not like making it up, but like had an idea. Like it almost looked like sometimes you'd have a teleprompter, so I didn't know like how you did it. So.
Yeah, no, I just memorize it. Usually I'm in the thing. The recording studio is a fucking room. So I just either have like a laptop or a phone, and essentially if I'm not on screen, I'm probably reading it directly, and if I'm on screen, I'm memorizing it and then playing around with it. I actually just play around the whole thing just to get a good flow to it. And yeah, like I'm usually constantly improvising, and none of my scripts are ever solid. In fact, like my videos tend to be like, I'd say like 70% script, like 30% just.
So how hard is it to edit that? Do you have a lot of like bullshit parts where you're like, oh, I got to cut this out? Because that's another thing. Like another reason why I say this, because like I don't really notice you having to cut out a lot, like editing wise, unless it's when you like switch over to like the footage and stuff. Like it's a really like seamless edit.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. No, I actually enjoy it. It just makes the editing process a lot more fun if you have more faff, I think. Um, I think it just makes it more interesting. I mean, I think the worst thing a video can be is boring. So like I think if you have more time and you can play around with it and improvise a bit more and inject something like shoot him in the dick that just comes from nowhere, it's just it just makes it more interesting.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like you were trying to like some like YouTubers I watch. It literally seems like between their jump cuts, they literally take 5 sentences and make it into one between jump cuts, and it isn't like smooth.
I see that a lot actually, and it's extremely noticeable. I think especially like you said, like once you kind of start editing and you notice the cuts, it's like Jesus Christ, they can't even get like 5 words out before having to fucking cut it. Like seriously. Yeah, I've noticed that actually on like some really big YouTubers videos as well, like millions of subscribers, and I'm like, okay. I mean, obviously everyone works differently, but yeah, it's not hard to memorize a couple of sentences. But yeah, that's just kind of how I do it. I just try and memorize it, and if you take your time with it and just play around with it, it just comes out sounding more natural and better. And I mean, I think the way I try to promote or present it is just more like, hey, I'm just talking to you. You know, it's like that's the way I don't want it to be like stone faced, like blah 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 blah. It's like I kind of try. I talk in my videos the way I do in normal life.
How do you do it, Blake? Is it word for word? Do you spitball it?
If you had the like uncut versions of my narrations, like, welcome back, strangers. Today we're gonna. God damn it, Ethan! What the fuck did you write? All right, welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, I have that too. Where like words just do not form. I think I had like today. I was actually editing a video. It was 20 minutes. Cut down to like 6 minutes because I literally just kept stumbling over words. It's like my just mouth would refuse to work. I have that a lot too. I was actually reviewing a video last week. I was reviewing a video I'd make a week before, and literally when I was reviewing the raw footage, I was like, was I drunk when I was making this? Like, what is wrong with me? I can't talk in this video. And I wasn't drunk. It was just like I just couldn't talk in the video. Like I kept just stumbling over words. It's like I'd
Did I have a stroke?
Yeah, exactly. It was like, Jesus Christ, why is my face drooping and stuff? Yeah, it was really weird. But yeah, I definitely have those days too. And any video that I ever upload, there's probably about 3 times as much footage of me just trying to talk like a normal human being.
When I first started, like Ethan would send me a script and I would do the whole thing. My goal was to get the entire thing in one shot. So if I ever messed up, I'd go through the entire script again. And then I started doing it where if I messed up, I'd do the entire paragraph again. And now I've just gotten really good at fucking up and splicing 2 different sentences together.
Yeah, so. I totally get that. Yeah, I've gotten that. I've started to get that too. Just like the drop between the sentences, like that millisecond of just like cutting it right there. Yeah, I've started to try and hone that skill too.
It comes in handy a lot.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I've started to try and even now become more aware of it when I'm filming, to just like try and space out the words a little bit better, just in case I need to cut something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a struggle.
How long does it take you to edit and make a video then?
It depends. But usually, like, just writing. I mean, if I have a topic, let's just say I already have a topic. Like, sorry, excuse me. Like maybe 3 hours to write it, like researching, and I hate writing. That's like the worst thing. Because I hate writing because it's the one thing where I really have to be in the mood to write. Like I can film and I can edit anytime, but I can only write if I'm in a certain mood. So I kind of hate writing the most. It's my least favorite part of making a video. And And then so writing takes like, say 3 hours, sometimes more, sometimes less. Filming takes like maybe 30, 40 minutes per video, and editing then takes 4, 5 hours probably. So I'm close to like a 9 hour, like full work day really, I guess, a 9 hour shift kind of thing, to make a video. But sometimes I have made videos in like 2 hours before, but like, you get like a sudden brainwave and you're like, oh my God.
That flow state.
Yeah, exactly. That's only, I used to make 3 videos a week. And at the time, like I'm in college at the moment doing a course, but at the time I was working full time, like 40 hours a week, whatever. And I still used to make 3 videos a week. And I have no idea how I did it. And this was just last summer. And I'm like, I don't know where I found the time. I don't know what was going on with me, but I was able to make 3 videos a week. I don't know how I did it because I have more time on my hands now, and videos take longer to make. It was really weird. Maybe
Man, it happens. Like that's literally been happening with me. Like I've been really struggling to get like stuff made. I'm like kind of in the same situation I was last year. I was consistently getting stuff done, and it just seems like harder or more roadblocks or other
Yeah.
things distracting. So it is
Yeah.
really hard. So you're in school then. So you're not like your sudden growth hasn't told you to like go tell your boss to fuck off. Like
I think if I told my boss to fuck off, I'd probably be crawling back like in 2 weeks or something when it goes back to normal. No, I'm in school, so like I've been to school before and was working for a few years. So then I wanted to take a year out now and do a course. It's just a 1 year course in like web development and stuff like that. So it's really kind of actually worked out pretty well because my channel kind of started picking up a little bit around this time, and I have more time to do it. So I mean, I'm sure I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, obviously, if I ever got to the stage where I could do it full time, that would be like a dream come true. But it's not something you can count on. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's a very dicey thing to do. I think to try and do it full time,
especially with the way the ads have been, like ad
yeah,
too,
like,
all that stuff.
well, yeah. Well, I mean, there was supposed to be that Adpocalypse too. I didn't really notice anything, to be honest. Like the revenue stayed the same for me.
We don't make that much anyway, so we were like, whatever. I don't know if it definitely wasn't as bad as the first one. I just know that some guy complained about something, and then a lot of people pulled their ads. That's probably not the ads that we were getting anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think if you don't have kids in it, you're fine. Yeah, I would love to be able to do it full time. I guess I'm probably just not brave enough to do it. But then I mean, I'm in college, so I'm technically unemployed. But yeah, I mean, I would love to. The only thing that would stop me is just like, if you're working like a full-time job, you're guaranteed a paycheck. It's just YouTube is just so dicey.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because you could put out not a bad video, but you could put out a video that doesn't vibe well, and that's your paycheck. You expect so much, and then you don't get it.
Or even you can just get like, they could decide to strike your account, or like, I mean, you hear about these horror stories of YouTube's just like randomly demonetizing somebody, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, that's your livelihood. It would be a dream. It really, really would be. But I don't know. Maybe I'll grow the balls someday. Hopefully. Depends. See how things go.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like I'm in a very good position right now where I'm in college. So when I finish it in like at the end of this year, I kind of have a choice depending on how things are going. I can, use the qualification I'm getting to get a job in that industry, or if YouTube goes well, who knows?
I mean, you could literally like, if you're doing web development and stuff, you literally do like development stuff for like other channels or anyone else you meet in the space for like a side income.
Yeah,
Or like, yeah, or you could also like go to like small businesses and be like, look, I took this from scratch to like this social media presence. Like I can manage your social media, because there's like a ton of small businesses who don't really know what they're doing online.
Yeah.
And if you had an idea, like just how to rank them in analytics, or just like targeted it in a way or a different way to think of it, you could literally just have like a consulting business on the side.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I think it's a good idea to have your YouTube channel on your CV or your resume as well, because it's like like you guys have built this audience as well. You know what I mean? Like you guys have a really good audience. You know, and like oh, there's growth and there's that, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see how things go. But yeah, no, I would love to go full time with YouTube, but it's I don't know. I feel like it's too early or I don't know. I try not to think like when I go into YouTube and I go into my creator studio, I do not look at my analytics at all. Like I go to a stage where I just cover it up because if I see my analytics and I start to get obsessed with it, and you start to check your like real time views and all that kind of stuff, like it gets very obsessive looking at it. I find I don't know if other people experience this, but you start checking it constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Like checking how many views did I get yesterday, how many views I got in the last 6 minutes, whatever, how much revenue, whatever, watch time, all that stuff. I just don't look at it at all. I just cut it out completely because it starts to affect me like negatively mentally. And like say for example, if I had less views today than I did yesterday, I would get like depressed. Something. And it's like it's nothing to me. It's like it's something stupid. Like people go up and down all the time. Like it's really nothing. But I just don't look at my stuff at all. Like generally, the only things I use are Video Manager and comments, and that's the only things I look at. I don't look at my analytics. So I mean, obviously, you probably should look at your analytics because it tells you what's doing well. But I'm like, I'm just gonna make the videos I think will fucking do well, or the videos I enjoy making. Like, fuck it. I think people enjoy videos that you enjoy making. You know, I'm not gonna make whatever's trending.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely how we've thought. Like we've never really super chased any trends. Like
Yeah.
if we were like gonna really do stuff like unsolved, like our like unsolved stuff does really well, like on Reddit and stuff. We could do that. Right now on YouTube, like analytic wise, like abandoned stuff does really well for us. So we could chase that. Like haunted stuff with our subscribers does the best with like our core group of like people who are gonna comment and stuff. So it's like I don't know. If you chased any of those, you could polarize other people. So we
exactly,
just do
and then
like
you'll get pigeonholed into
so
you kind of
and
only
it just
that content.
yeah, and it hurts you like creatively. Like I don't know. Like I really stopped paying attention to our analytics lately too. So I'm just really because you can really overthink it and just being on social media too. If you see other people, you can start really you get trapped in your inside your own head, just like looking at their stuff, your stuff, and like if you start trying to compare things, it gets really annoying.
Definitely.
So,
yeah. I just find it's just make what you enjoy making, and that's it. Really, just you enjoy making it, people will enjoy watching it. I mean, that's the way I've always viewed other people's content because I've followed other channels, you know, who started making content that was like Fortnite or something, you know, that kind of way. And it's like, wow, this channel became absolute shit. I'm not watching this, but I'm sure they're still getting millions and millions of views anyway. So I don't know. Doesn't matter. I guess it depends on how you view it. You view it as you want to get a get rich quick scheme, or do you want to actually make stuff that you are proud of? I think that's the way it's the best way to view it.
Well, I think for us, get rich quick is out the window.
Yeah.
So we're focusing on content.
Yeah. It's a slow road, but it has. Like talking about just like seeing like certain videos that do really well. It's like videos I would have never expected, like in the AdSense way. But then there's also videos that are really like did well but got demonetized for whatever reason.
Oh
so,
my god, yeah. Jesus, I think 90% of my videos are demonetized. Definitely the last like 6 out of 8 of the last videos I've made have been demonetized.
All right. So I binge watched a lot of your videos recently, and almost all of them I got ads, and it made me wonder like how you're getting ads on it, because a lot of our like unsolved stuff we've done is instantly like demonetized, especially if it has like any like potential like murder subject.
I get the orange circle a lot. Like the one I posted today in the orange circle. Wow, really? You get it? I don't know if it's a good thing or nothing, but yeah, no, I definitely get the orange circle a lot, or yellow circle on I would say probably like 75% of my videos have the orange circle on them. So I don't know. But I hope you clicked on those ads.
No, I did. And the thing is, I was watching on the Strangest one, like on my other account, I have like my personal one, I have YouTube Red, so I could have just been skipping it, but I was already signed in and I was lazy, and that's just what I went through because I was at work.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't watched your older videos, because usually before live streams I watch like someone's most popular video if I haven't seen it, and then their oldest one and their most recent. Like I've seen like a lot of your most recent stuff. I'd never like that's why the vague chapters thing, and I don't know why. I guess I wasn't in a playlist. That's why I saw the in card. I was like vague chapter or chapters. I'm like, that's different. I wonder if that means your channel was a different name, because I didn't know that. So
yeah, no, like I said, it was just the way it started out, and then I was like, that chapter is better than vague chapters, and it's more specific. Because like I said, when I was starting out, I just made videos about everything, and then I was like, well, I should probably kind of try and find a niche. And what do I enjoy making? Like horror, unsolved, whatever you call it, videos. So then I kind of just like started narrowing it down and kind of started getting kind of serious about it. And then Ryan from Nexpo, he helped me out so much. It was like May 2018. He had me on for a collab, and that was amazing. Like he was amazing. Like he really helped me out a lot, and he really guided me a lot at the start. And then that kind of gave me a bit of a boost at the start, which was incredible. And then I kind of just been doing that, and then yeah, and then like Mr. Davis is amazing. He's the most supportive guy I think I've ever met in my entire life. Like not just YouTube. He's a really fucking cool guy. So
come
yeah,
to North Carolina. We're close to him. You should just come on over.
Yeah, I'll swing by you guys sometime, grab some beers together. That'd be awesome.
Definitely. Also, I've been struggling on the chat, but Mr. World Peace said just found that chapter, Mike's channel, and I'm totally hooked.
Oh, thank you.
So, Jake Osgood said, love your uploads. Howdy from Texas. How's it
Howdy.
going? Joey Adventures is here. For those who don't know, we just went on a in real life paranormal investigation with Joey Adventures and Michael Scott. So be sure to check her out and Michael. But yeah, that'll be coming out next week, and hopefully we'll have them on a live stream. So that'll be a fun time. But
I seen the trailer you guys uploaded there. So can you guys give us like a sneak peek of what happened?
Yeah, man. So Joey doesn't know this. Michael doesn't either. Ethan, I think, is the only person, Ethan or Rebecca, that know. But we found something in post that is I think it's very compelling. And if you guys want to go find it, it's in the live stream that we did. So, because I did it when we got there, Joey, Michael, and I, at the beginning of the night, we all went our separate ways on the ship, and we live streamed. And at one point during my live stream, you can see something pretty interesting. So, not going to spoil it yet, but we also heard a lot of noises. We got those on tape.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that and responsive noises, not just random. Like it was like make a noise.
It wasn't just like a creak of like the ship creaking or whatever. It was like an actual thing.
When I was on my own going through the ship, and even when we were together, I never heard creaks. So this was really unusual. And we were the only three on the ship, aside from a guy that had to stay there overnight, but we would have heard him if it was him. And it was like on the other side of the room we were in. So it's interesting stuff. Let's see. Joey
was
said,
it scary doing it?
What's that?
Was it scary doing it?
Yeah, it was. Like we went to the place called the Bellamy Mansion the first night. And,
yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
And for that, I mean, it was a weird place, but I didn't personally feel that creeped out. So when I went on to the battleship, I was like, oh, gung ho, we'll go alone. We'll go to our own separate places. It'll be fine. And on the live stream, I'm like, whatever, this is fine. But then late at the end of the night, I would not have gone back and gone.
Really?
I would not have gone by myself.
You get like bad juju from the place or whatever?
There was one room in particular. They had a barber shop, and we had some really bad juju. Like it was the places that we heard the noises, I felt fine, but then we also heard a noise in the barber shop and just had a different vibe to it. But I've always considered myself, and if you watch any of our live streams, I always say I'm a hopeful skeptic. But after that and what I found, like looking back, I'm I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. And on that topic, I'm also starting to wonder if I may have brought something home with me.
I seen, yeah, you tweeted out. I think it was a tweet or something I seen, but yeah, can you explain that a bit more?
So my house has always been like a little creepy. My grandpa died here. That I mean, I know he died here. I don't know, however many other people died here. But last night I went to sleep at about 8 p.m. Well, first of all, let me start. Navi, the husky, I have her leash, and I always put in the same place over there on that dryer. And randomly, it just started falling off by itself, which I thought was weird. But then Navi really reacted weird to it. Like she was growling and snarling, which she never growls. She's not a very vocal husky. And she started approaching it real slow, and I was like, whatever, that's nothing. Well, I went to sleep at about 8 o'clock. And at 11 o'clock, I woke up to my computer playing music on its own like full blast, which the full blast part was probably my fault because I listened to music loud, but it had been off or like on standby for a long time and just started. So that creeped me out. And then I was trying to go back to sleep, and I heard what sounded like the chairs in my kitchen moving. And I was like, what the fuck is that? So I wasn't brave enough to go up there last night. But this morning I went up there, and one of the chairs was pulled out, and I was like, I don't think it was a chair I never sit at, but I was like, okay, maybe someone else moved it when they were here. So I pushed all the chairs in. So if it happens again, I know for sure.
That's fucked.
Yeah. So it's been a little bit creepy. I actually, enough to where I actually sent myself a text of everything that happened so I wouldn't forget it, so I can make a log.
Oh, yeah.
But
do you have any, you can set up like old cell phones, mobile phones or whatever to be like security cameras or whatever on your own paranormal activity?
I actually have a camera that'll do it, but it only records if it thinks it sees something. So I don't know if it would react to a chair moving. It usually only reacts if I walk through.
It's like a personal alert thing. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man. Seriously.
But I do have we have a night vision camera that will, record until the battery dies. So we could try that. But
holy shit, I need to see this video now. Like, set up that stuff. I really want to see this.
Yeah. And Ethan, I'll go ahead and say what I saw actually, since whoever's watching this live stream, you guys deserve to know. But in our live stream, in our live stream at 1840, at the 1842, I usually start at like 1830, 39. But I'm walking through the ship, and I walk into a room, and I've got my flashlight in one hand, cell phone in the other hand, and I walk in through the door, and I'm looking this way, but in the right side of the shot, you can see what looks like a torso and an arm, like a shadow.
It was 1840 the minute. Sorry, I'm loading this video. Go
for it.
Yeah, watch it on a computer. It makes it a lot better. Like 1840.25 speed, and look at the right side. You can even see, like, watch the shadow. Like once it does move, like you see the sign. It's like right in front of it. Yeah, I don't know how well. I mean, you could try. It's just like Hangouts can be kind of choppy to begin with. But I mean, we can try it.
I'll see if I can do it. Give me 1 second. And this
you also have to talk during it too to make sure it like shows your screen the whole time.
Yeah, so let me pull it up and I'll see what I can do. But basically, I see a shadow. Well, I didn't see it in real life. I didn't see it until afterwards because someone actually posted on our video lots of shadows in that room.
That room is scary as hell, and I'm at 1837.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
walk towards it like right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna slow it down and see if I can put it on the screen. But you can see it once you know what you're looking for. You can see it in real time. But
you're in like a kitchen area or something.
Yeah, it's like a.
This is terrifying. Like, I'm not joking.
Yeah, and the bad thing is, right after you see the shadow, I say, "I just heard a sound. What was that?" And then I'm like, I keep hearing sounds. I even say in the videos, like, maybe that was Joey, but I'm starting to wonder if it wasn't.
Holy shit, dude!
I was watching this in my hotel room, and I was like, "Blake's a pussy. Come on!" I'm like seeing it on my phone, and I can't see anything. And I saw the person say lots of shadows. I'm like, he's in a dark room, man. There's gonna be shadows. So, but no, once you see this thing to the side, it literally moves, like, unlike the way Blake is moving. And it's clearly, like, getting out of the way. It's creepy.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try to do this. I'll see if we can do it. All right, so I'm gonna have to keep talking so you guys will keep seeing the video. But you see my mouse? Do you see it? All right, so you're going to be looking on this side, and it's on it's on like 0.2 speed. So I walk into the room. It's probably going to be a struggle since the Google Hangouts is also a struggle. But so I go in this room, and it's getting there. All right, so I'm going to look over here with the flashlight, but I want you guys to look over here. And you're going to see a shadow of like a torso and an arm. See it right here? And then it pulls away.
That fucking moves. Like,
And see that red sign right over there? Like
So I'm gonna do
it's
it one more.
blocking it.
Yeah,
dude, that moves like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it again if just in case this was struggling. But 1834, 1838. All right, so I'll see if you guys can see it. But again, if you know what you're seeing, you can see it in normal speed, but it helps to see it for the first time on here. So just watch this area. And you can see the arm, and then it just pulls away. It goes away.
Wow, that's really weird.
Let me actually go up in speed and see if it might actually make it a little bit easier to see the motion of like it moves without me moving, which is the weird thing. Like my camera and my flashlight are still, and it moves.
Yeah.
So let me try that again. 30, 42.
Yeah, like its speed and stuff is moving different. And there's no light behind him casting a shadow because it was all dark before that. Because you can see what it looks like without the camera there, and both his hands are full, and it doesn't like make the same motion.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play it again right here. So this is at half speed. Let's see. All right, so now look over here, and you just see it kind of pull away. So that's kind of weird. And right after that, I say, "Oh, I just heard a sound behind me." I'm hearing sounds all over. But yeah, go watch it on your own. It's probably a lot better than me doing it on here because it's a struggle. But it freaked me out the first time I saw it. And the only reason I looked is because somebody said in the chat, "There's a lot of shadows in there." I was like, "Oh, let me see if I see any shadows."
So like when you were in that room, did you like feel? Because like I'd be like you. I'd be like, I wouldn't really. I'm not a believer. Ethan, are you like a big paranormal dude or?
I'm more into it than Blake, but at the same time, when we were at the mansion, like I wasn't like feeling it. Like I've never had the experience that Blake has had. Like that footage we saw and we mentioned it a lot. We're actually gonna have a video on it eventually. Like my uncle has a security camera footage of something like really interesting, and that's different. But like that, his video almost seems like the only instance of like I've never seen like ball lightning in real life. But if that is it, maybe. But I don't know. It makes you think. I don't know. I think that I don't know the whole like ghost and haunted thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really I wouldn't. I don't think I'm. I don't believe in it, but it's like one of those things where I think I'd like to believe in it because I don't, but I would. I've never experienced anything paranormal myself. I've never seen a ghost or any shit like that. But I think I would like to because I think, yeah, like I think like you, Blake, I'm like a hopeful skeptic or whatever. It's like it makes the world a much more interesting place if there actually are ghosts and stuff like that. I hope to someday. I don't believe in that stuff.
Yeah. I've always hoped to too, but at the same time, I kind of thought, I'd love to see it somewhere else. But then I think about if something did come home with me and I had to live with that, it's like, oh, I don't know if I like that.
That's yeah, fuck that shit. No,
yeah. But yeah, again, like until that battleship, I really was a pretty big skeptic, but now I'm really starting to wonder.
Yeah, dude, definitely set up those cameras or something. Like get a night vision and stuff. Like set it up when you go to bed or whatever, because that would be super interesting. Like I don't really watch horror movies that much, which is weird. I can't do horror. But one of the best horror movies I ever seen was. I know they're shit now. Okay, I know that. But Paranormal Activity 1 was a really good movie when it came out. Like I was generally shitting myself because it was like pretty unique. Bonus points for originality. I thought it was really interesting. So if you have your own that'd be really, really cool.
And that's what I always said. It was like, oh, worst thing that could happen is I'll get rich on YouTube. I'll have my own thing. But now it's like, man, I really did not sleep well last night.
Yeah, exactly. You could have something fucking touching your bed covers, man. Yeah. I don't know. Sorry, you said your dog was acting like weird too as well.
Yeah, she did that. Like she reacted to the leash, but she also did a thing last night that kind of freaked me out, where she was sleeping and she started like squealing in her sleep, which I've never heard her do. And I'm like, I actually literally said in the room, I was like, if there's anything in here, don't fuck with the dog. It's like I'm the one that fucked with you guys. It's like don't mess with her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, Joey said, if you want to see anything, just do a countdown with Blake in the battleship. There was a couple of times, basically, if we were in a room and it was quiet and we were about to leave, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna give you 10 seconds, then we're gonna leave. And we actually did have we got a recording of something doing like making a loud noise after. I was like, I counted to one and I was like, all right, we're leaving, and then you hear the bam. So
And you hear them freak out too, and it's
I scream like a
like
girl.
the sounds are really interesting too. They're just the only thing about them is like since they're recordings, people might think they're fake, but you can literally hear them be scared. And like when we were showing it to friends the other day, like the video really interests them because you have the evidence. But to me, like the sounds are interesting too. Like you just hear this bang off in the distance, and it's really it's loud, and you can hear them actually be really scared. So
yeah, Spooky said I had said that I wanted to see one. I did, but now I am starting to wonder. It's like after that and the shadow thing, like I've been trying to disprove it. That's why I haven't told many people about it. I've been trying to come up with any scenario, but when you watch it at half speed or even a quarter speed and you see like the flashlights over here and then the shadow pulls away quickly and it's like, what? I know I'm in the room alone. Like the only other two people in the ship are Joey and Michael, and they're on other parts of the ship. I would have noticed that they were in the same room. I would have seen their flashlight, but I mean, it's
very obvious that like it looks completely different to everything else that was around it.
yeah, and the fact it was a live stream, so it's not like I went in and edited it.
Like exactly. Photoshopped in a stick man or something.
Yeah, so it's something.
My only explanation was like if there was a light behind you and it saw your motion and like at a different angle, and that was your arm or something from another way, but that's not the case because you saw how dark it was without the flashlight. There's not another light source to catch you and create another shadow in another way. So
yeah, but again, everyone go and watch it on your own browser. It kind of sucks watching it on Google Hangouts, but once you know what you're looking for, you can watch it in normal time, and it's even weirder because it pulls away so quick. But yeah, I was a little surprised when I saw that. Again, because I had no idea. Aside from the noises, I had no idea that I didn't see it in real life. If I did, I definitely would not have gone back down there.
Yeah, that's freaky.
yeah. So you're not
want to go back though.
Yeah. You're not a believer in the paranormal type stuff. Like, what do you believe in? Or, like, what creeps you out?
What creeps me out? Not really that much. Maybe it's because I'm a weirdo or something. No, I'm not. But one thing, actually, I want to make a video on soon is I'm going to go to fairy forts. Just something we have in Ireland. These sort of like prehistoric, pre-Christian, whatever, pagan things. So it's like a ring with like trees around it, and they were set up there by like whatever pagan people, like the old Irish Celts, whatever, set them up, and the fairies live them. And if you sleep in one, there's like legends that like you'll die or you'll go to sleep and you wake up 10 years later, or fairies will take you. That kind of stuff, or the banshee will get you, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of some things I want to use it. But no, what creeps me out? Nah, nothing really. I don't know. I guess I'm pretty numb to a lot of shit. I don't really watch horror movies that often. I mean, the only good horror movies I've seen lately that kind of creeped me out were like the first Paranormal Activity. That was good. Then after that, it was just usual shit, flogging a dead horse. First Insidious movie was good.
Yeah.
And after that, again, it turned to shit. First Conjuring movie was good. Again, turned to shit. I don't know. Spiders creep me out. Yeah, spiders.
Yeah, spiders. I get it.
Yeah, we have house spiders here in Ireland. I mean, I don't know what spiders you guys have, but we got house spiders that are like this big. Like we got big spiders here. Even people like in Europe say that we have big spiders. But they're just house spiders. But we get them big for some reason. That's not fun. But yeah, nothing really creeps me out. I'm not like. I'd be like, I wouldn't like to spend a night in a haunted house, but I'd be like, it's not haunted. kind of way. But it's like,
If you ever want to spend the night in a haunted battleship, we're gonna go back one day.
like I'm afraid it's a fucking hypocrite, but yeah, no. If if you asked me to go to a haunted battleship, I'd probably come up with a very convenient excuse.
Well, just take it from me. No, again, I've always been a skeptic. I volunteered to go into the deepest, darkest part of the ship by myself because I was that confident in myself. And now and I'm also like on the religious thing. I'm not a very religious person. So if I had evidence of ghosts, it would kind of flip my life upside down. I wouldn't know what to think anymore.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm struggling with now. It's like, oh my God, is this real?
Yeah, I get that. Like, I'm not religious at all either, but I don't know. It's a whole barrel of worms there. I try to not think about it.
What about aliens, man? What do you think about aliens?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I definitely believe
See, that's the real,
thing, because aliens are like, okay, come on, the universe is like, however,
it's so big.
Years old. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not okay. Have aliens visited Earth? I don't know. Probably not, to be honest. I think that like most of the UFOs people have seen and all that kind of shit is just like early military tests during like the 1950s and 40s and shit like that. So I have aliens visited Earth? Probably not. But I definitely think there are aliens are out there for sure. I mean, the universe is like what, like 13 billion years old or something like that. Like it's unimaginably old and it's unimaginably big. Like we can't actually judge how big it is. We can kind of just guesstimate. I mean, of course, there's definitely aliens. Are aliens though like super advanced civilizations? Maybe not. Maybe aliens are like fucking dogs or like dinosaurs or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm not sure if I believe in, but I definitely think that there are aliens out there for sure. I mean, they found bacteria on like Mars. I mean, didn't they, or something like that? Like
that could have been contaminated bacteria. You never know. Like they weren't completely sure if it was like Mars bacteria versus like bacteria we might have brought to Mars,
be
and it's somehow yeah.
Damn it, Jerry.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it would be awesome if aliens were real. I'd be like fully for it. I just watched Arrival there recently. That's a good ass movie. I had never seen it before.
Yeah.
So like, I think that's amazing. And I'd also be like of the kind that if the aliens were real, I don't think they'd be like Independence Day or like Signs.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
I
It's
don't
like
think
they need our resources and they're just going to destroy us.
I don't think there'd be any resource we have that could not be found much easier in space. Like, isn't there like gallons of water? Like it's like not water, but like H2O and like the particles like floating. I don't think there'd be. We're resource-wise, Earth is very good for humans, but resource-wise, Earth, if you're in intergalactic space traveling, you can get the resources we have in much easier places.
Well, yeah, the only way it would be like if, in theory, like it was another life form like us, same way, developed in a very similar. If you go like the Goldilocks zone, the life can only evolve to a certain extent in this area. Then that would make Earth valuable to where they would need to like move here because it's like their home world. That would be like the main cause.
My thing is, like, if you look at how, I mean, we are the most intelligent species on Earth that we know of, and you look how we treat all the other species that even, I mean, we have some pretty intelligent species. I mean, dolphins and pigs.
Like, chimps and stuff.
Yeah, but relatively, we still treat them like shit. Like they're just, we'll destroy their homeland just to put them in zoos and stuff like that. It's like, what's to stop something from coming along and being like, oh, these things are kind of intelligent, but
that's true. Yeah, like I think like in like fucking 50 years, 100 years, zoos will probably like not be a thing. Like, because I love the zoo, but like I've started to come recently. It's like, man, this is pretty shitty what zoos are. Like I think in like 100 years, zoos will probably not exist anymore. And yeah, like you said, like if another advanced like civilization like treated us like shit, essentially, like we do to wild animals. I mean, it's like the thing like in human history, every advanced civilization that has met a less advanced civilization is
we do it to our own species.
Yeah, exactly. Like in America with like Native Americans, in Australia with the Native Australians, New Zealand. I mean, every single place where a more advanced civilization has met a less advanced civilization. It's never been a peaceful thing. It's been like, we'll just conquer you. You guys are fucked, pretty much. You know
So
what I mean?
basically, hopefully, aliens aren't as shitty as we are.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Like we're at a stage now where I think if we did meet a less advanced civilization, we are kind of enlightened enough to not, conquer them. I mean, back in like, say for example, we discovered a new type of bird. Back in like the 1800s, you'd be like one of those guys with like the hats on, the safari gear, with like the elephant rifle, and be fucking shooting that, fucking taking it home, and on your mantelpiece. But nowadays, like, we're enlightened enough to care about other species and environmentalism and stuff like that. So that would be one positive, is that they would be at a stage we are, or possibly beyond this, where they would be enlightened enough to not, conquer and kill people. I mean, like, for example, say if like the Christopher Columbus, like, going to like the Caribbean and essentially kind of genociding the natives. I mean, that wouldn't happen nowadays, because there'd be such an outcry of people, and stuff like that. You can't get away with that shit nowadays. So I think if there was an alien civilization, they probably. Then again, I'm totally guaranteeing that them being good, which is not a guarantee at all. So I'm talking out of my ass. But yeah, I don't know.
I feel you.
I mean, they're so alien, so I couldn't even try and assume what they would think, because they're alien. I couldn't. They don't think what we do.
We don't know how they developed.
Exactly, they're so alien, they're unimaginable.
It's crazy stuff. And speaking of that hunting thing, I just want to throw in a little quick anecdote. I just saw where there was like this famous Italian hunter that he's also a veterinarian, but he got in a lot of trouble because he was, trophy hunting elephants and jaguars and stuff like that. And apparently he died this week on a hunting excursion. He slipped and fell in a ravine and killed himself. And like everyone in the comments were just rejoicing. I was like, oh man, we're so woke.
Yeah, that's one thing. I actually was reading a lot about, hunting like on safari, being able to hunt like lions or giraffes and stuff, is that it's very expensive to hunt, to go on a safari and go on a hunting safari. And they actually, those safaris, like, remember what was the dentist who killed something?
I remember it. I remember it being a big outrage, and they like shut down his office, all this stuff.
But those safari, like the license to be able to hunt a certain animal, is very expensive, and the money that's taken from that license is usually actually put into the animal's welfare to expand their reservations and stuff. So, like, I remember I can't. Okay, I'm talking about arse here because I don't have any references for it. But I was reading or listening to a podcast where they were saying, like, a lot of safari parks in Africa, they purposely like raffle the right to hunt a giraffe.
I have seen that.
And then the money, though, that's raised from that raffle goes then to conservation. So it actually saves, like, okay, you can hunt one zebra, but the money you paid for that will save 10 more. So there is like I don't necessarily agree with hunting. Well, hunting actually I don't mind, but like hunting endangered species is something completely different. But some of it can be used for good, which I don't know, maybe something which we were. But yeah, no, I if you're hunting zebra and giraffes and stuff, I'm not sure if that's great. But if you're hunting deer, that's fine.
Yeah.
They hunt deer here in Ireland.
No, deer here are a really bad problem.
Yeah, they're big.
Deer probably kill more humans than human kill deer.
Really?
I mean, they jump out in front of cars. They won't move at the last minute. I mean, honestly, I have read statistics where deer are the most deadly animal in the country because of how many people they jump out.
Yeah, their problem here, they have like culling seasons where they have to cut down the population of deer here in Ireland. They give the meat then, or the deer bodies, to like the zoo, feed the lions or whatever.
Yeah, that's how it is here too. But we have a lot of hunters.
Yeah.
Oh, no, go for it, Ethan. Sorry.
I was gonna say, so what's the creepiest encounter? Since you don't believe in like the paranormal stuff, what's the creepiest encounter you've had with a complete stranger in real life? Or even online? Like, have you had stalkers yet? You're getting up there in YouTube fame, man. Had anything crazy happen?
No. I'm trying to think of the creepiest encounter I've ever had with anybody in real life. Man, I'm racking my brains. I don't think I've had any creepy encounters. I mean, I'm really trying to think. None. Everybody who's messaged me or tweeted at me has been really, really nice, and I have like and messaged me and DM'd me and whatever. They've always been really kind and nice, and email me. Yeah, no, nobody's been weird. Yeah, maybe I'll meet some weirdos, but no, people have been very genuine. Genuine. I mean, I hope they've been genuine. People. No, I haven't met any weirdos and creeps online yet. In real life, probably loads, but I don't give a shit, and I don't really give them a second thought. Honestly, I don't think I've ever really. I don't have any good like or slash let's not meet. I don't have any good stories about. I have a very boring life. I'm sorry.
Boring is safe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm trying to think of like, yeah, no, I've never met any weirdos. I'm not. I don't think it's. Yeah, like maybe I'll go on a road trip when I go to the US. I'll go on a road trip. You guys tell me some good stories, or I'll have some good stories then. But no, I don't have any good stories. Sorry.
We'll bring you to New Orleans, and you'll have plenty of stories.
Yeah, I've heard that place gets crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah. Jesus.
Also, Ethan, I meant to tell you about this earlier, but I was watching. I've gotten into Hannibal Buress and Eric Andre. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Yes, I watched. I watched whatever I can find on YouTube of their show.
Same. And Hannibal Buress was talking about his time in New Orleans. And first, he said he went to Coop's Restaurant, which is a place we went. And he said he went to the bathroom and there's this giant rat. And then like he went back and told the people there, and they were just like, "That's normal around here. These things are 200 years old, you know." And he was just like, "Well, I'm sorry." And then he said that you can actually go to the police department and pay them, and you can get a parade. You can start your own parade through New Orleans, and it can just. He said for him it was just 5 people. But they will get one of the little bands that sits around on one of the corners to just follow you around wherever you go. And they'll play music, but it's like your own personal thing. So you can, and it's also an open container area. So you can go to the bar, get drinks, get really drunk, and just walk around. And this, you have your personal band following you.
Awesome, actually.
I was like, we could have done that.
That sounds great. That's like they know any Springsteen or something. That could be awesome.
Yeah, he was just talking about like, I mean, we get to go drinks when we were there, but he was like just talking about walking into a bar and being like, "Hey, let me get a Jack and Coke to go because fuck this place. I don't like it, but I want your drink. I'm just gonna take it and go to the next bar."
In Ireland, do you have like open carry? Can you take a drink anywhere, or do you have to stay inside?
I mean, technically, no. I mean, you can go walk around with cans. It's kind of like a socially. You look like a bit of a douchebag, I guess, if you do it. If the guards, the Irish police, they see you with it, they'll probably take it off you and tell you to fuck off. But you can. I mean, I've done it before. But yeah, no, it's not really that problem. The guards will probably just let you take it off and be like, "All right, fuck off." Like,
yeah, we'd get arrested.
Yeah, exactly. No, you wouldn't get arrested for it at all. Like the 90% of the time, the guards would just be like, "All right, here, come on, fuck off."
Yeah, like in London. Yeah, in London when we were there, like on a Friday night, like literally everyone just drank outside of places with drinks in their hand.
Yeah, no, you can drink outside, but like say like outside a pub, like with your glass or whatever. But like if you were say like walking through the streets with like cans of beer, or like then it might be a bit dicey. But yeah, no, drinking outside, like say because like a lot of like say people smoke, so you can drink outside the pub. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah, we can't go outside unless it's like in like a fenced off area or like
really?
a patio. Yeah, really.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. No, I think I'm understanding. Yeah, no, walking outside a pub with your beer is perfectly fine. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't unless it's like enclosed, unless you're in like New Orleans or Savannah in certain areas where you can open carry, where you can take a drink and like walk around with it outside.
Oh no, sure. How else would we steal pint glasses? That's what we do. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, that's. I mean, like I said, if you're walking through the streets, it might be a problem. But like, if you're standing outside a pub, like having a cigarette or something, nobody gives a shit. Perfectly normal.
Yeah.
Backwards, man.
It is. Yeah. Land of the free, my ass.
I know. This little confined area.
Well, I mean, it's like America's so big. like there's so many different laws in every state or whatever. It's so confusing.
It is. I mean,
I
you
remember
never know.
I read a thing. It's like America is really like 12 countries in one country.
It kind of is because I mean, in some states it's legal to smoke pot, and
Yeah,
here it's not. You can't do it. Some places it's only legal for medical, so you never know.
so diverse.
Yeah,
And like, I mean, it's like if I was American, like I don't know why you guys travel outside of America, like because say for example Ireland, like it's it's different everywhere you go, but like it's kind of similar. But like in America, if you guys want to go to the tropics, you go to Hawaii. If you guys want to go to like the mountains or whatever, you go to like Colorado. If you guys want to go to whatever, you go to whatever. Like America is so big and so diverse. It's crazy. And that's like again the thing. It's like it's so big, just so unbelievably, unimaginably big, crazy.
if you live in America for a little bit, you just kind of want to get away.
Yeah,
It's like let me just go over there.
I suppose it's like the scenery is different, but the culture is kind of homogenous in a way. It's kind of like same.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, again, if you go just a couple states over, different dialects, different customs,
Yeah, yeah,
so different landscapes. Because here it's mountainous. You go a couple hours, it's flat, but there's ocean. I mean, it's different.
that's like my number one dream, anyways, to go like road tripping across America. I
Do it.
want to do
Just
it. Yeah,
do it,
I
man.
really want you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
I watch all those van life YouTubers like that go places. I love the idea of being in a van or like an RV and like road tripping. That'd be really cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah, man, that's amazing. It'd be so cool to do. I mean, I could probably do it for like a week, and I'd be like, okay, I need a fucking actual bed and an actual chair now. I need to be not moving for a while. I think I like my comforts too much. Like I go to music festival, we go for like a weekend camping, and then like after the second day, I'm like, I want to go home.
Yeah,
I'm dirty. I need to go home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I need a shower. I can't do this anymore.
yeah. We have a 3-day music festival around us, and some people camp. I actually I would drive an hour and a half just so I could sleep in a nice bed.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I've done that before, like 3-day camping, 3 nights. And like, every time I've done it, by the last time, I'm like, I just want to go home. I can't do myself anymore. Let's just go. Can we please leave? Yeah. But sure, back in the day, I suppose when I was younger, it was fine. Didn't give a shit. But now I'm like not too much.
No thanks.
No.
Spooky said she misses hills and mountains so bad. Yeah, a lot of people I talk to that that live in the mountains, they say that when they leave the mountains, they actually get mountain sick. Like they miss the mountain ranges, stuff like that. So I don't know. Like we live in a mountain-ish area, but we have to drive. If you want to see some good mountains, you have to drive like 30 minutes.
We live on like a plateau, like a Piedmont area, so before the mountains. So you can kind of see an idea of what the mountains are like. So,
Are you guys recording in the same place?
No.
Oh, okay. How far away from each other are you guys?
A couple states.
No.
No.
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're like 10 minutes away.
Oh, 10 minutes. Okay. Sorry, you scared me there. Like a couple of states. Okay. Yeah, just wondering. So yeah, it's really flat. Like, yeah, I guess where I am, it's really flat too, which sucks because it just looks boring. But then again, you drive 10 minutes up the road, when you cross a mountain. But then again, Irish mountains are like baby American mountains. I think here is just like smaller.
Spooky said I'd advise not to give out your personal information, like your city location, just saying stay safe and stay strange. Ethan usually gives out our actual city on most
I
lines.
actually haven't. Blake actually has done it more.
I have
Mine was literally the most recent on a Patreon thing, but you have to
I've done
watch
it
like an
twice.
hour of content to hear it. So you guys,
Their patrons, they've paid their dues.
No one watches these things.
I don't think I've ever given out my personal details. I mean, I don't even use my full name on YouTube. And I just said
your name's not Mike O, the chapter?
it is. Well, it is. My go.
I thought we were talking to someone from a different, from an Asian country. Is that racist? That's probably racist.
No, I think O is like a Korean. I think it's O. I've heard that or something. I think so. Oh, this is a Asian surname. I'm not sure which country, but
Oh man, Spooky said she was talking to people in the comments.
Oh.
Oh, well, it applies to us too.
okay, yeah. Well, here, listen, come on. If you're fucking paying the flights to come to Ireland, you deserve to find me.
I mean, there's only so much Ireland. You'll find them eventually.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Only
You
4
know
hours
what?
coast to coast.
You walk 5 steps at a Dublin airport, ask for Mike O. They'll be like, oh, yeah, he lives over there. Yeah, yeah. Went for a few drinks with him last night. You know, we all know each other over here. So went there for a few drinks with Bono last night. Good crack.
Say with Bono.
Bono. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good old Bono.
Oh man, why is my phone freaking out? Oh, okay.
So, do you have
Continue.
any conspiracy theories that you think are true that you really believe?
I'm trying to think of ones that I think are actually legit. Because I do this series where I do like Conspiracy Captain, where it's just to make fun of the stupid conspiracy theories, like chemtrails and reptilians and that kind of shit. No, I definitely
Oh,
think
you were serious about those. Damn it.
I was totally serious, by the way, when I was doing them in a ridiculous Hawaiian shirt and a ridiculous captain's hat.
Well, that was your real persona. I was sad that we didn't get that right now.
I should have worn them. Fucking hell. I actually have the captain's hat right there. I can put it on if you want. But
Yeah. Go ahead, do it for the meme.
all right, I'll do it for me. All right. Start on shift. That means stop now. No worries.
The things we do for live streams. We need hats. We need special hats. I don't have any special hats.
Oh man, there it is, the legendary hat. Oh, he can't even hear us because he doesn't have the headphones in. Oh, there it goes.
Sorry, were you guys talking at me?
Oh,
Yeah.
Captain, my captain.
Yeah.
All right, ready to rock. Anyway, yeah, so this is my real persona who I've been talking to. You know, the person who's been talking to you guys for the last, 2 hours is my fake persona. So, what was that about yet?
I don't know.
So conspiracies.
Conspiracies, yeah. Yeah, so I do these videos where I make fun of stupid conspiracy theories. But I'm trying to think real ones I actually think are real. You know, man, government does some secretive shit. 9/11 is one. I don't think it's real, but I definitely think it's one of those ones where it's
Building 7, man.
yeah, I honestly haven't researched into it, so it's just one of those ones where it's not even the Building 7 stuff. It's you know, did they want to go to war for oil and that kind of stuff?
Or take away everyone's rights by instituting a terror state.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's I'm not sure if I believe in the conspiracy where they did anything directly, they bombed the buildings so that they would collapse. I'm not sure if I think that's true. Jet fuel, well, actually, it can melt steel fumes. Let's be honest. But maybe indirectly, they that kind of way, indirectly conspiracy theories. I'm trying to think of other conspiracy theories which I think could be true.
How about the Mandela effect where captain is spelled differently? Because I'm pretty sure. Is that another thing, Ethan? Is that a cultural difference? We spell it CAPTAIN.
Yeah, your hat is spelled wrong.
It's always been spelled this way. What are you guys talking about?
No.
Next, you're going to tell me that colors has a U in it.
Yeah. What are you? Is this an interdimensional laptop? Color has a U in it.
And favorite has a U. Favorite.
Honor has a U in it. We spell gray with an E.
That always gets me. I always wonder which one's right.
I think you guys are full of shit.
But no, yeah, here it's just COLOR for color. Honor is just HONOR. Favorite is no U.
Yeah.
Captain is CAPTAIN.
This hat was actually bought in Hungary.
They don't know how to spell it.
Yeah, exactly. So we do spell captain the same way you guys do. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it is CAPTAIN.
Oh, wow.
Although maybe if I'm in Spain or in South America,
El Capitan.
fine. El Capitan. Free Solo. Have you seen that documentary?
No.
It's really, really good. Where
Let's
the
check it
guy climbs El Capitan, free soloing, really, really good. The Mandela effect is something I want to make a video on because the one thing, okay, sometimes I think it's bullshit, like the Star Wars thing. It's like, no, I'm your brother, but the one thing,
silver leg on C-3PO. You think that's
That threw me
bullshit?
yeah, no, because I remember that. I genuinely
Oh,
remember.
you whatever. You're Irish. You don't.
Yeah,
Remember.
I know.
Who's wearing a hat
We had a
spelled
different
captain
version
like
of
that
Star
right now?
Wars than you did. But the one thing that annoys me is that Pikachu had a black bit on the end of his tail.
Yeah.
He did.
I remembered that back in the day, and then I got corrected. But I did remember it back in the day.
I swear to God, Pikachu had a black bit on the end of his tail, and people are trying to tell me it's bullshit, and they're liars.
The one that really got me, like we did it. We did the video on it, and like there was one about like the Fruit of the Loom, the logo.
Oh, did it have a cornucopia?
Yeah, I remember the cornucopia.
I remember it. I remember pretty clearly because when I was a kid, our physical PE gym class, whatever, it had a Fruit of the Loom, and I remember Fruit of the Loom because their clothes was really shitty, and they would always like you'd put Fruit of the Loom clothes in like the washing machine, and they'd turn out and they'd like there was really badly made clothing, but I definitely remember a cornucopia on the logo on like the thingy, whatever you call it.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Gremlins?
No, I haven't.
That one gets me. And my mom, I actually asked her because her friend had just watched Gremlins, and she told me the same thing. But there's the bad guy Gremlin. I always thought its name was Spike, but its name is Stripe, which doesn't sound as cool. But like apparently a lot of people remember it that way.
Yeah, they should have called him Spike.
Yeah, and then there's what is it? Snow White, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? They never actually said that. They said magic mirror on the wall. So I've had a lot of fights with people. They're like, no, it was definitely that. It's like, Google it.
The versions we remember are better than the actual versions.
Yeah, like the Kazam, Shazam. Do you remember that one? That might have been more of an American thing.
Shazam.
I don't know what that is.
Let's see. What was another good one that we covered?
Tito Bandito.
I don't think anyone would get that one. But yeah, it's a bunch. A lot of them throw me off. The one that fucked me the most was the Berenstain.
I hear that one a lot. That's another thing here. The Berenstain Bears. I've never heard of them before. Like
I would have sworn on it, but it wasn't true. But anyway, before we go down that rabbit hole, what's next, Ethan?
So, like, you cover a lot of disappearances and stuff like that. Like, if you had to abruptly disappear or fake your own death and make sure no one could find you, like, what's your plan of action? Like, if you just had to, like, get the fuck out right now.
I would. I don't know. I'd plan it out in advance first off. So I would slowly like withdraw money from my bank account into cash for like 6 months in advance. Wait, is this like right now, or like do I have time to plan?
Someone's coming to kill you right now. You have to disappear.
Oh, then I'd just fucking start running. Like,
let's say you had to plan it out. Like, you had something that you didn't want to be found again. You didn't want to die, but you're tired of your life, and instead of like suiciding, you're just like, I'm gonna.
Yeah, like for like the 6 months before I did it, I would like take out money every day of my bank account into cash, so that it'd be like enough to like empty my bank account, so that I would have a lot of cash with me. Because obviously, if I'm disappearing, I can never use my bank account, but it would keep me going. And then I was thinking either I would pretend to go for a hike someday. I was like, oh, I'm just going for a hike. See you never. Or I would rent out a boat and go into the Atlantic, and then I'd go on a little dinghy, like a little sailboat, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, just going out to fish, even though I've never been fishing in my entire life. And then I'd jump out of the boat, then there'd be an empty boat. They thought I'd drowned, and I'd swim to the big boat and sail away to freedom.
And just trying to reconstruct that.
I'm pretty sure in both of those scenarios, they would instantly find out I'm still alive. But
I was just wondering, like, they'd be like, Mike never liked hiking. We never saw him hike a day in his life, or he never knew how to sail or anything like this. What was he doing that day?
I'm trying to see how I can involve the PlayStation into my disappearance, but I can't think of anything.
I would get on a boat and drive into a hurricane and then become a lumberjack.
A lumberjack?
Yeah.
Really? Like go to like Canada?
That's a Dexter joke.
Yeah. I never finished it, but I heard that it was the worst thing ever made. Especially because it came at the same time when Breaking Bad finished, which had a really good ending.
Oh, Breaking Bad was amazing.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, do you guys watch Game of Thrones?
It's on my list. I really need to. I know people say it's up there with Breaking Bad, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either.
If they'd put it on Netflix, I'd be about it. But
they won't. It's HBO.
Yeah.
So I gotta Pirate Bay. That's what I do. Or just stream it somewhere. I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's a good show. Pretty good. I'm glad for it to be over.
Yeah, it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. Yeah, especially because I mean, there's so many shows. Like again, Dexter. Although I know the ending was shitty, I heard it was a really good show up until then.
The first 4 seasons were amazing.
Yeah.
After that, it kind of tapers off.
It's like just so many shows to watch and like not enough time. Like it said we're living in the golden age of TV because like in the quality of TV like substantially raised. Like if you like look at like 80s TV, it was kind of shitty, and then like The Sopranos came out and Seinfeld, and then like these like TV shows that were like, oh my god, it's like amazing. This is movie like this is better than movie quality now.
Because back in the day, you didn't really see a lot of shows that had a continuing storyline.
Yeah, that was really well written, well acted.
Yeah, it was like the story of the week.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, it was like a sitcoms. Everybody Loves Raymond. I was not mad about that show, but it's not exactly like quality.
Yeah.
It's like if you compare that to something like Seinfeld or even It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, or
Oh, It's Always Sunny. I've been trying to get Ethan to watch It's Always Sunny.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's the best.
There's so
dark
many
humor.
seasons, dude.
It's so good.
But you would race through them.
Yeah, I honestly killed all the seasons in no time because it's like it's so funny.
It is the funniest show honestly I've ever seen.
It's like it's all shock humor. Like it's great.
If you just like a show but 4 or 5 assholes, you'll love it. Just being absolute dickheads the entire time. It's very, very funny.
Yeah, I think if I can get them to watch one episode all the way through, they'll be hooked on it. But it's just getting them to watch it. But it's so
funny. I watched a couple episodes all the way through.
You watched the wrong episodes, Ethan.
Yeah, exactly. You watched the least funny ones.
I watched like the first part of like season 7 or something like that when I was in college, like however many years ago it was. So.
That was a down season.
You gotta watch Charty McDennis.
Yeah. Did you like the most recent season?
That's the one I haven't seen.
I didn't like it that much.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I was hoping I had Hulu, and then it hadn't gone on Hulu quick enough, so I got rid of Hulu.
And it's on Netflix now, anyway.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah.
Well, hot damn! I know what I'm doing.
It's on Europe Netflix. But
I just found out that Europe Netflix, or at least New Zealand Netflix, has like all the Harry Potters, and we don't.
So, have you guys heard of this thing called ExpressVPN? Offer code The Strangest.
We wish.
Oh my! Well, speaking of VPN, as somebody who lives in Europe, you guys probably heard of Article 13.
Yeah.
So, like, oh my god, I've emailed all of the members of Parliament, the Irish ones. So, like, for Irish ones, it's like 50 against 54. Oh my god, I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, it would effectively shut down YouTube in Europe. I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, part of me is like, saying you don't think it's going to happen is like burying your head in sand, like ostrich style or whatever. But I just don't think it would, because if they ban, like, the Copyright Act, I mean, or they institute this Copyright Act, I mean, that's Wikipedia gone, Reddit gone, YouTube gone. Most of Facebook is gone, probably, and Twitter as well. Like, there's no way they could implement something that would affect everybody this much. It's the definition of people who don't know a technology are implementing the rules of the technology.
It's scary.
It's very scary. Yeah, I still don't think it will go through, because, I mean, there would be huge protests if they were stupid enough to go through with it. And again, it's like fucking monopolies and like these people, trying to push their agenda. But I don't think it will. But it's a very scary thought if it did go through. And speaking of VPN, there's probably a good chance YouTube would. Now, having said that, Google as well is doing scare tactics to Europeans to be like, we will block YouTube if this goes through. They probably won't. You know what I mean? Like, it's obviously a huge market.
Yeah.
So they are, again, doing their thing from their side. But if it did go through, I would VPN and upload my videos on YouTube via VPN. So I've been asking people, what's a good VPN? Because it may come in handy for me in the near future.
Yeah, very well could. I hope it doesn't have to be a thing, but
yeah, it's really scary prospect.
It's like the internet's such an amazing thing and an amazing, resource. And to have people like, the big companies trying to control it is scary.
Exactly. Like,
gauge it.
It's, there for the flow of ideas. How can you shut that down? It's the emphasis of the whole thing. I don't know. It's stupid. Again, like I said, it's people who don't understand the technology or implementing the rules of it.
I mean, we kind of live in a time of like censorship and like that's becoming acceptable, like where you have to think of your ideas and stuff and try to limit yourself. But, the whole blockchain might decentralize the internet and make it free again. So you never know. It's a 50-50 chance that it might all work out.
Yeah, we're definitely in a stage there where it's not the way it used to be, where the internet was free and open, completely open, for better or for worse. There is definitely our cracking down on it hard. It's like the freedoms are definitely going to be restricted in what we can do on the internet. And then you have like stuff like net neutrality or whatever. So like, which is obviously going to cause a lot of websites to suffer. So I don't know. It feels like what could happen now will be like a new golden age of the internet or a new dark age of the internet. So they're going to go one way or the other.
I'm feeling dark. I think it's going dark. We had our fun. It was a good run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had it's about 2006-ish. Fine.
Yeah.
We had 13 years. It was good. Yeah.
Back in my day, we could watch all the free porn we wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Great speeds. And then they came in and made you pay for it.
Well, isn't porn banned in the UK now? Is that a thing?
I don't know. It's not banned in Ireland, so we're good. But in the UK, I have no idea. I think that was a joke meme. I honestly don't know.
There'd be a lot more murders if it was.
Yeah.
People stressing out, be like, no porn, no one lives.
No, that's a real thing. Like one reason why serial killings are down in this day and age in like modern times compared to like the height in the 80s is because of the internet and people being able to like act out their fantasies and stuff in different ways instead of having to suppress it and not having that community. Like on the internet, you can find the most like niche like communities and kind of like at least act out ways and not like murder people. So
yeah, it's true. I mean, I know, for example, like Japan has some like kind of graphic stuff. By the way, guys, another pointer. You guys say niche, we say niche.
That's
Rebecca would get so mad about that.
Don't even open up that bottle of worms. Can of worms.
I say niche. You guys say niche.
I say niche, but
I say niche.
Rebecca.
Niches get bitches.
There's no T in it. Where are you getting the T from? It's niche.
It's niche. That's what I say.
Type into Google and see how it pronounces it for you.
Wrong, probably.
It's wrong, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I know like Japan is they have like hentai and stuff, and I think it can be kind of extreme, but they have like a really low crime rate. So I don't know if that's an impact, but I've heard some people say it does. So who knows? Then you have something like I don't want to talk about it, but something like happened yesterday, which is like the opposite of that, and it's I don't think we should get into it, but it's kind of trying to spread it in ways. I don't know.
It's awful, and it's awful where the blame is being put. That's a whole nother can of worms, but
yeah, it's very very. I mean, people are going to be fucked up though in the heads. I guess all the time. It's just the world we live in.
Yeah, so advice to anyone out there, and Ethan might yell at me for saying this, but if you ever think about killing someone else and you just can't fight the urge, you have to kill someone else, try killing yourself first. It always works.
Trained by that principle. Yeah, I actually think I think I put that in a video once as well. Or just shoot yourself in the dick.
Shoot yourself in the dick.
Or
oh God, that'd be a bad time. That might make them angrier. It's like, oh well, now I'm real pissed.
My favorite thing is like the guy that was like suicidal and just decided to spend all his money by like going to Mexico and doing a bunch of coke and hookers in Mexico and realizing what happiness really is just doing whatever you want. So maybe just try like saying fuck it and spend all your money doing something crazy like that instead of killing other people.
Exactly. That's the way I would want to go out. I mean, going, getting hookers and a load of big bag of drugs and just like going down to somewhere like fucking in Mexico and like we go from Mexico where it's like paradise and yeah, fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Guy having a big gangbang where my heart explodes from the extreme amount of cocaine I just done.
The moral of the story: drugs cure everything. Do drugs, don't do murders.
Yeah. Yeah.
We actually had a guy that, like Blake, did you graduate with him?
Yeah, he was in my class. We were friends.
Yeah, stole $600,000 from a credit union / bank and just went to Mexico with it, and now is just living out his days there. So if you're really on edge about what life is like, just steal $600,000 from a bank and go to Mexico. Live like a king.
And he posts on Instagram flexing.
Hey,
like, no one's catching me. I'm living la vida loca.
Wait, so it's $600,000? Like, okay, $600,000. It's a lot of money. Like, that's a fucking lot of money. But like, how old is he? Like
27.
And like, how far can
in Mexico? Probably a lot further than it is here.
Yeah, really.
I'm not sure what the conversion rate is.
If he goes to like Venezuela or like go further, just keep going, chasing it. And if you do some investments, put some in crypto.
What was that?
Rob another credit union.
Yeah, just come back and be like, yo. And it's like, ignore that part of my resume where it says I stole a lot of money. The funny thing is they say that it was obviously fake money that he replaced it with. So it's like, you just kind of wonder, like it was like monopoly money. It's just like, okay. But yeah, they said he just like got some movie prop money that you can get on Amazon. No ideas, people. But he just replaced it.
Do you know how much ramen you can buy with $600,000? You can live off some fucking ramen.
Yeah, that's a lot of cup of soups and a lot of ramen. Although, I mean, if he's in Mexico, he's probably doing like, I mean, that's a pretty shitty way to live out the rest of your life. It's like, I never have to work again. But I have to live off ramen for the rest of my life. Like, probably would have been better off to keep working.
Yeah, because I've always heard that even now, like if you had $1 million, that's not enough to retire on. Like if you want to live your life comfortably, you need at least a couple $1 million.
Oh, don't tell me that. Fuck.
Yeah, sorry.
He's about to get YouTube famous, guys. Calm down. Don't shit on his dreams, man.
Yeah.
You're talking about something else, not me.
That's the good thing though. Like it's not like you go on YouTube, all your past work still gets money for you, like just sitting there. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to worry about it. You'll always have some kind of income.
I was gonna say, have those like evergreen contents or whatever.
Those residuals.
Right, yeah. And like I said, I mean, you never know what video that you made like 2 years ago will just like suddenly fucking up to the top of the charts for.
You sit as you're like posting at the Reddit trying to get the front page. You'll never know which video. Go upvote.
Or slash videos, upvote. I actually did it before. I never did it on this channel, but I did it on previous channels, and I never found Reddit good for posting videos just for me personally. Like I know you guys have. You said earlier, I think it was quite good. Just for me personally, I never found it. But my videos are not very good. But
you'll get good views, but you'll get a lot of mean people.
Yeah, that's another thing. People on Reddit are a bit more quick to. They're a bit braver than YouTube comments even, and YouTube
What?
comments can be negative. Reddit comments can be really negative. I've seen.
How do you deal with dislikes and stuff? Because like your most like video still has like a lot of dislikes. It's got like 1,000 dislikes. How did that happen? Because when I saw that, I was like, holy shit!
What are you talking? What's my most liked video?
The Death
Oh,
Valley one? Is that it? Hold on.
There's not that many dislikes, is it?
It is insane because my like thing flagged it for dislikes when I like my analytic thing when I was watching it. Hold on.
Bullshit. No, it doesn't have that many dislikes.
It,
We're about to ruin his night.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to.
Fuck you, dude.
No,
I don't know
no.
if what Ethan's saying is true or not.
Hold
He
on.
could be lying.
Okay, yeah. No, it has 9,000 likes and 1,000 dislikes.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
pretty good
it's-
ratio.
No,
not-
it's a good
not
ratio,
great,
but like
it's not bad. It's no, it is bad. It's like I usually say like 10%. Any more than 10% is bad. So if I had 10,000 likes and 1,000 dislikes, I would say that would, 10% is usually the rule of thumb. I think.
no, we have plenty that dip below that. We have a lot of 88% ones.
After Dark made
Well,
a good
yeah,
point.
you know.
She
I mean,
said
well, if you
engagement
want
is
to go
engagement.
that way, then 10% of 90 is not that bad, Ethan.
I
Yeah,
know.
but in the same thing, YouTube sees dislikes and likes as the same. After Dark was like engagement's engagement. So even though it's 1,000 dislikes, YouTube sees it as 1,000 likes. I mean, 10,000 likes altogether.
I'll take it.
So-
Well, that video was the one that did really well. So I mean,
Oh, I mean, it's got almost double the views of your next best. No, I didn't.
that was the video that did really, really well. Like that, it was like two. It was really like one or two videos that did really, really well. Like it wasn't my whole channel or anything. Like two videos, so then people watched that one, and then they maybe watched a following one. But how do I view it? Like dislikes and negative comments. Honestly, nowadays I don't really get that many.
Well, you're gonna say you don't give a fuck because you're like, I didn't even know I had that many dislikes. That's like how we really know you don't look at the analytics. You're like,
I
fuck
know, I
those
don't.
people.
I honestly, I mean, I go to Video Manager, but that video is like 2 pages behind. Honestly, I don't give a fuck if you dislike the video or not. I made it. I made it. I don't care if you like it or not. I made it anyway. It's like I made it for me, not for you. I mean, I hope you like it, but if you don't like it, well, not my problem.
Yeah, I had no idea where it got that many dislikes to begin with. Because like when I watched it, I didn't get it. I thought maybe it had gotten shared the Reddit, and that's where it came from. But I didn't like look enough to see like get the links going out. So
There's a few problems with it. One is that the audio quality in that video is less good than other ones. But yeah, I don't know. People are assholes. I don't fucking care. It's easy to
dude, I
vote.
think audio quality's always been like your music that you put with your videos is really cool. Like you.
Thank you.
you
Yeah,
so
people often ask that. Yeah, I think music is important in a video. Because when I'm watching a movie, I'm not like a film buff or anything, but I always think just music is important. And I think a lot of people underutilize music to set the tone and stuff like that. Because like music changes a video completely.
yeah.
How you put the song in and what song you choose. I mean, all the music I use is no copyright on the YouTube audio library. Like I don't have like, well, okay, 90% of like there's 1 or 2 songs that again were no copyright, but 90% of the music I use is from the YouTube audio library.
You just use the YouTube. I didn't know that. You got
Yeah.
some cool stuff in there. Like
I know 1 or 2 of the songs I have cut and edited. So like I found a song that I liked, and then like one part of it that I thought was cool, and then I just cut that part out and then like had it on repeat. So it's like kind of constantly under. But yeah, no, literally 90% of the music that you hear in my video or in my videos are from the YouTube audio library, which I think is probably a little bit underutilized because it has some really good songs in it. So yeah, I think that maybe adds to some of my videos is the music I choose. But for negative comments, honestly, it doesn't affect me. It did at the start, but you get to a stage where you can just read them without anything.
When we started, it really bothered me.
Really?
Blake still gets angry, man. All of a sudden I'll see salty replies from Blake on comments. I'm like, oh, that irked him.
It's just because, like, if we get something really stupid, like we had, what was the most recent one I went off on? They said, shit, what was it talking about? They basically, oh yeah, it was, we did a reenactment about this creepypasta story, and we try to recreate what happened, and it was obviously fake. Like no one in their right mind would think that this was actual footage. And I made Ethan into to make him look like a demon. It was not well done. And this guy comments in the thing. He's like, "This is fake. You guys," he's like, "This is clearly edited." And it's like, no shit.
Yeah, wow,
all I
fucking
put in there was like,
Sherlock Holmes over here.
yeah, all I put in the comments is like, "We appreciate your continued support, Captain Obvious." But yeah, it's just things like that. I don't.
Yeah.
The really mean ones, I'm just like, whatever. I might delete it. But like the stupidly memeable ones, I usually reply to.
Yeah. If it's stupidly memeable, like, so that's fine. You're probably just doing it for fun. If it's criticism but it's constructive, it's like, you should get a better microphone. You should do it more like this, less like this, or like maybe you told a story about this and this fact is wrong. That's why I welcome those. Like if I tell a story about, say, an unresolved disappearance and I missed out on some facts or I got some dates wrong, like that's good. I actually would rather be corrected.
Yeah, we like that. But...
Yeah, exactly. Like that's helpful. But then you get, the trolls, or well, not trolls with me comments, but it's don't give a shit.
I like that you put your sources in your description too. A lot of people don't do that.
I think that's important to do. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the only times we don't do is like if I forget, because I try to source all our stuff. Because I know, like you said, people will call you out on the like randomest things, like even if you're like right or wrong, and you're like, it'll make me think. I'm like, I didn't just make up that detail, did I? Like, it's not like I was just trying to like fluff this.
Did I dream?
Yeah. So I'll like search through.
I mean, it's especially because doing these kind of stories, like unsolved mysteries or whatever, people tend to want to look into it more because it is very fucking interesting. So I think it just, even for your viewers and subscribers, it's good. It's good for them, and obviously to give from where you're sourcing from, to give them credit as well.
So you also do like a lot more recent stuff, like a lot more recent unsolved stuff. Do you ever have people like related to the case, like friends or family, ever comment on the video?
Rarely. No, not really. In the comment section, like commenting, like very rarely do they comment. To be honest with you, I wouldn't want them to, because that would make me again feel very uncomfortable. It's like when I post the video, if there's a couple of people who watch it. Like I posted a video tonight. They're like 6 hours ago, and I get some views or whatever. I don't know the people who watch it, but if I know personally the person who's watching it and I know they've seen it, it's weird to me. It's like what we said about earlier about the cringe thing. It's just weird if I know people I know are watching it, because they know me the way I am. Like they've known me for years and years and years, and the way I am in the videos that's not me. Like that kind of way. Like you always present yourself in a different way. Like, I think sometimes people get the wrong idea of how the person you are, based on videos. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not.
People think I'm an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. And you're a lovely guy.
Ethan had a friend that was like, I think that Blake is like just putting on a show, and behind the scenes, he's actually an asshole. But yeah. I mean, it is different. I mean, who you put out there online is always going to be a little different from who you are in person.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I do try to be as genuine as possible, but it's when somebody who actually knows you in real life, it's just weird. It's like I said, it just kind of goes back to that cringe-worthy factor.
Yeah,
I spoke about it earlier.
It's like what I say has repercussions. I might actually hear about this later.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, there's nothing worse than if I put up a video and then like 6 hours later or the next day I'm hanging out with a friend who's like, "Oh, I seen that video you put up last night." I'm like, "Don't tell me. I don't want to hear about it." You know what I mean? It's like,
that wasn't me.
That
was a different Mike O.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I genuinely do try to be as genuine as possible, but it's just like that's my work me or my YouTube me. I don't want to talk about that when I'm hanging out with my friends. I want to talk about fucking Marvel movies or whatever. You know what I mean?
You want to talk about Marvel movies? You want to talk
love-
about Marvel? What do you think about this new in-game trailer?
I'm excited. I think it looks awesome. I went to see Captain Marvel there the other day. I actually really liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was like mid-tier Marvel.
I had really low expectations just from all I'd heard about it, but I thought it was fine. I mean, it definitely wasn't the best one I've seen, but it wasn't the worst.
Exactly.
Like you said, I'd say mid-tier.
Yeah, mid-tier, better than like maybe the Ant-Man movies or something, Thor 2. But yeah, it was fine. I liked Captain Marvel. Thought she was a cool character. I mean, like it made me want to see her in more things. Like I thought, I was like, oh, I kind of want to see her in Endgame now. I think
Did it make you want her to be the savior of everything in Endgame, though?
No, I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think she will be, because that just wouldn't make story-wise sense if she does. Like she just comes out of, like, not out of nowhere. She's obviously had this movie, but I don't think she will be, because nothing against her, but that doesn't make story-wise sense. Of, like, you know, it's like having the final battle. It's like fucking Tolkien shit. Like fucking eagles come in and save everybody. It's like, oh my god, that's like the most unsatisfying thing ever. Like, you know, kind of way.
Yeah.
Like, no, fucking Captain America, Iron Man, Thor should kill Thanos. It'd be
No, it's definitely going to be like one more of the original thing. What about her like taking up like being the lead role, like if something happened to Captain America after? Because I've heard that theory, like since they don't really like emphasize Captain Marvel, that name in the movie, that she'll pick up that name after, kind of like as a homage to both like Marvel and Captain America, like if she like carries on the Avengers after.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's like the new Avengers will be like Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Ant-Man, like whoever else. Yeah, I mean, if I love all of Captain America's movies. I think he's a really cool character. But I mean, and same with Robert Downey Jr. If they're ready to pick up the mantle, like to retire from the MCU. It's like somebody tweeted it out. I can't remember who. But like, I'm gonna be glad when Endgame is over, so that I kind of have to stop caring about Marvel, because you know you have to follow every fucking movie. You have to watch every movie to know what's going on. You know what I mean? It is like 20 movies at this stage, and like I love it. But, like, it's a fucking slog. Like, to be fair. So
year.
Yeah, it's a lot. So like, I'm kind of just glad when Endgame is going to be over, so that like there's not going to be this like contiguous storyline where you have to have seen all the movies. It can kind of just be a bit more free flowing, and it's like, oh, if I don't, it's like, for example, one of the reasons why I wanted to see Captain Marvel was because, oh, I want to know how she's going to end up in the Avengers. You know what I mean? That was like, oh, I can't wait to see what her story is, how she's going to be in like the next movie. But now it's like, if they do something where it's like, you don't have to have seen the previous 3 fucking movies, you can just enjoy this one. Because I mean, like, if you went in to see Infinity War without having seen any of the previous movies, you'd be fucked.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's so many people I want to show Infinity War because of the impact it had on me, but it's like there's so much you have to catch up with.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's so many personalities that you wouldn't know if you hadn't watched the previous movies, and it's like that you definitely wouldn't be as invested. But if you have watched all the movies, going into Infinity War was just it was depressing. Like I've never left a movie and felt so bad. Like, I was just like, man, I have to wait a year.
Yeah.
Which luckily was only a year. But I mean, it's just like,
I mean, it's a month now.
It's coming.
Yeah.
So here's the question. Who do you think deserves to deliver the final blow?
Iron Man, I think.
Iron Man.
I mean, I prefer Thor and Captain America to Iron Man, but I think Iron Man definitely deserves to deliver the final blow, because he got stabbed by by Thanos. Sorry. You know, when they're fighting 1-on-1.
Yeah.
More so, I think he has like and then Thanos says like, "I know you." It's like something along those lines about Stark, as if like he knows him already. He's like, I can't remember what he said. So it seems like Stark and Thanos have like the most personal kind of connection.
I have a theory about that.
I don't think
I've shared with anyone, because I actually rewatched Infinity War yesterday because I needed something to watch, and I was like, well, I might as well catch it.
Rewatchable, by the way. I can watch the movie anytime.
It is. I usually can't watch movies that many times, but I've watched it about 5 times now. But I think that Tony is going to go after the Soul Stone because you're cursed with the knowledge of everyone who has looked for the Soul Stone, and I assume that's present or past or future. So I think that that's why Thanos knows who Tony is, because he's going to look for the Soul Stone.
Yeah, because that's exactly what he says. He says, "I'm cursed with knowledge." Also,
Yeah.
yeah.
And on top of that, I think it'd be kind of a weird way to do it. I don't know how they would do it, but I really think Drax deserves to get at least part of the final kill.
Yeah, because his whole family was killed by Thanos, right?
Yeah, he has the most like direct link with them, aside from Gamora and Nebula. But I mean, they're whatever. Gamora's gone. Well, spoiler. But yeah, it's good. I wish the movie was going to be 4 hours long because I've never had a 3-hour movie go by that quick.
Yeah, well, this one is going to be 3 hours as well, and it's like they've got a lot to fit in, and then like bringing characters back, like bringing back Spider-Man. Spoiler alert: they fucking released the trailer before they released the Endgame trailer.
Yeah, and they just announced that James Gunn is coming back to
That's
direct.
awesome.
That's really like the best news ever because he really made like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, I think he had a big impact as well in Infinity War. Like he helped write the scenes for the
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, I heard that like he wrote their lines and everything, so it'd be like kind of like the same feel. So
Yeah, I'm so happy to hear that because, like, at the time, looking back on those tweets or whatever, it was like they were obviously jokes. They weren't funny. I didn't think they were funny. I was like, there's nothing funny about this, but they weren't serious. Like it was pretty clear there were jokes, just not funny. But then again, Disney being so family friendly, of course, I didn't have a choice. But I mean, apparently they had been talking for months, so it was like this wasn't like a surprise decision. So I thought that was really cool.
I mean, supposedly like he had already done the script for it. Like no matter what, like someone was gonna film it.
Yeah.
So.
But I remember, was it Dave Bautista? He said he was going to come back if James Gunn didn't. So I think it's awesome. And I think James Gunn is awesome. He's a really good director. So I'm really excited to see. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, back to where we were talking about dark humor and stuff like that earlier. Like I'm very under the belief that either everything can be joked about or nothing can be joked about.
Yeah.
So even if it's not a good joke, I'll fight for your right to do it. Like it's whatever.
I
hate that people
similar, but I think it has to be a good joke. I think like it's there's a comedian. His name is Frankie Boyle. He's a Scottish comedian. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's very, very funny, but very dark, very kind of like offensive. Like a lot of people don't like him, but I think he's funny because that's just my sense of humor. But he had this one quote, and it always kind of stuck with me for humor. And he was talking about Ricky Gervais. You know Ricky Gervais, and he was
Old
like,
Office.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
the original Office.
Good and he's talking about Ricky Gervais made a joke about something offensive, like people who suffer from blah blah blah, and he was like, I don't know why Ricky Gervais made a joke about that because the joke wasn't funny, and that was kind of the thing that kind of said was like, you can make a joke about anything, be it whatever it is, something that people may get upset about. I think you can make a joke about anything, but the joke has to be funny. If it's, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of the rule. I kind of like you can make a joke. If it's not a funny joke, then I can't make a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not explaining this very well, but I always think like you can joke about anything, but the joke has to be either clever or witty or something or a play on something. But if you're just like blah, 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 then I don't know. Yeah. I'm probably not bringing this across very well, but
no, I understand what you're saying, and I agree to an extent. Although I do know there's always going to be that one person that doesn't even find a good joke funny. So it's like they're like, "Oh, it's not funny. That we should get rid of it."
Yeah, well, that's very, very true. Yeah, you'll always get that, but I mean,
no, I get where you're coming from.
Some people find, I don't know. There's a lot of comedians out there who are not funny at all, but somehow have careers. So,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ethan, I hijacked the topic.
I can't even remember what the topic was.
We've been going for 3 hours.
I know. I was gonna say like a conspiracy theory to me, like about the James Gunn stuff. People digging back through your like internet archives is a way to set precedent for nowadays when things are going to be all data mined and database so that you can smear someone. If you ever like even a YouTuber, you become like have enough clout one day, it can be like, oh, remember all this, we have this archive, we're going to release it if you don't do what we say.
That's a very scary thing, because I mean that's character assassination of literally anybody. And I mean, like you've had this kind of thing happen quite recently, with social progress or whatever you want to call it, where their historical figures are now their statues may be torn down or they may be tarnished, and you can't look at, you know what I mean? Like certain historical figures can be like, oh, you shouldn't blah 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 about this person because they did blah blah blah. I mean, I think it's very dangerous. I think that historical context should always be. Sorry, I thought the cat was. Yeah, no, sorry. To go back to the point, that's a very scary thing. Like the James Gunn tweets are a perfect example. That was something that was his style at the time of being like very provocateurish or whatever you want to call it. And he's obviously a completely different person now, but somebody dug up tweets that were 10 years old and then they're shoving this in his face. Yeah, you really just have to be careful about every single thing you do and say and tweet and post on Facebook now. And people also are refusing to put context into situations. So
that's the big thing.
Yeah, people. I mean, you can put a certain context on anything and make anybody look like, a bad guy.
Yeah, because I mean, for James Gunn, like for example, like I don't remember the jokes. A lot of them weren't funny, but it's like one might have been like having sex with a kid, and they'd be like, "Oh, he's a pedophile." It's like obviously he's not. It's like it was a bad joke, but you're trying to set up a narrative.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's rough.
They can just take anything out of context there. So that's really the scariest thing, and especially for anybody who's on the internet, whether you're making content or you have a certain amount of followers or whatever it is, even if you don't now, maybe you will in the future, you have to be careful, I think, about what you put up. But the thing is, like, you have to be careful about what you put up now. But in 10 years' time, the context may have changed. So what is fine now may not be fine in 10 years' time. It's just a scary thing where everything you do is literally written in stone. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it's like they got on Kevin Hart, I think, for making gay jokes, which, I mean, it's insensitive. But back in the day, that was just, no one cared.
Exactly. Everybody made gay jokes. I mean, obviously, yeah, it's not okay now, but like back then, nobody gave a shit. It was just all context. I mean, you can't judge present. You can't judge historical things by the present context.
No.
You know what I mean? Because then literally nothing is okay, because every single person in history has been a, piece of shit then.
They're talking about like historical people. The Bellamy Mansion. Do you know how many slaves that guy owned back in the day?
How many?
Guess, Blake. He said they said how
many. I can't remember. They mentioned it. I thought
they said there was 9 at the house. But that dude, he owned over 150 slaves at a time because he had a whole plantation and like this whole like enterprise that he did on the side. Like he was a doctor, but like that was only like what he started as. But then he started investing in all this stuff and he became super wealthy. He was like a tycoon back in the day. But he owned over 150 like people. That's crazy.
But I mean, like, how many slaves did George Washington own? He was like,
and like 50. Probably. Hold on. But George Washington was like, besides Trump, it was the most wealthy president. Let me see.
Yeah, George Washington is like an inspirational figure for all. But I mean, it's like, if people start applying present-day context to it, they'll be like, oh, he was a real bad guy. But then again, back in the day, obviously slavery was never good, but it wasn't like.
Okay. All right. Originally, he inherited 10 slaves, which was like around the same same thing that happened to the Bellamy guy. Like he first inherited like 15 originally, but yeah, at its height, George Washington had 317 slaves at Mount Vernon.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So it's there. That's just the kind of an issue is that people are kind of saying applying present day context to historical figures. Now, obviously, slavery is bad and all that, but George Washington is also the hero of America.
yeah. Also, now if you think about like modern context, there's more slaves right now in the world than any other time in history.
Yeah, that's also very terrifying
Yeah,
thing. I've heard that statistic as well, and it's absolutely terrifying.
yeah,
And it's like, how do you solve that?
yeah,
I mean, it kind of goes back to what we were saying about, we kind of feel like we live in such an enlightened age, freedom. Everybody should be free. Everybody should, believe in whatever they want to believe, be open with whatever their sexuality is and do whatever they want. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, some people in the world are living in medieval circumstances.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. But you almost say like that stuff is almost like distractions. Like these little nitpicks are like to distract you from all these other things that are going on. They're like more important. Like I've always had the theory that like in America, like weed is going to become legal like when something else is really going on. Like I almost think that like when gay marriage became like legal like nationwide in America, it was like to distract you from something else. So if something big happened on a national scale that they wanted to distract you, it's like, oh, here you go, weed is legal now. Go enjoy this. Don't
Yeah,
pay attention to what we're doing over here. Like,
yeah.
So
Isn't and again, okay, I guess this kind of delves into politics, and I have no dog in this fight, but isn't like Trump very famous for doing that?
I mean, I think most media nowadays is literally like it's almost like they want you to be out. I think it's an outrage culture. Like one of the best things like in America that I've like heard is since we have only like a two-party system, is that since we
Which
only
is
have two
crazy
parties,
to me, by the way.
what?
It's crazy to me that there's only two parties in America.
Yeah, so to me, like, what I've heard is like in actuality, both parties are very similar, but they appeal to polar opposites of the both
It's the
parties.
horseshoe theory.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the more extreme you get, the more close you get.
yeah, yeah. So
Really, yeah. It's man, the the next election you guys have is gonna be fucking crazy.
yeah,
And there's a lot
but
of Democrats going.
yeah, here's another. All right, I literally thought of this was a shower thought of this morning. Literally this morning. Have you ever watched videos? It was like when I first saw this, it was like a TV show or a YouTube video of like how you can manipulate a person by the things that they see around you. Like you can get someone to predict a certain outcome. Like I saw it was like a guy who was like a magician or something on a show or a YouTube channel where they brought this guy from an airport through a city to a house and they made him like do like 3 choices or 3 tests and they got him to choose these specific tasks by the things he saw and like the people that interacted from the airport to the house to like influence his decision. In the end, you can almost have that nowadays, like that type of psychology and influence on people from like what they see on the internet, like from Google or Reddit, Facebook. Like people, they can manipulate your ideas and like literally take AI and just like, oh, this is what you need to see that make you think this, and like literally like everything you look is like almost like personalized to you that make you think a certain way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually gotten scary because I was on Instagram the other day and like I upload to Instagram whatever. I don't upload that often, but I use it quite often. And I got an ad for a T-shirt store that was literally like the perfect T-shirt store for me. It was like with like animals and parks on it. It was like Yosemite and then that kind of stuff. And then it was like all the T-shirts are all like environmentally made, like recycled materials. I was like, oh my god, that's like because I like to kind of get that stuff. And I was like, what did I particularly get advertised this particular T-shirt company? Because that's like the one T-shirt company I would buy from, is because I kind of like to buy from like that kind of stuff. It's just so weird how it. And I actually have bought from it, but I would never have discovered the T-shirt store if it wasn't from the ad. But the ad only became or only appeared because of what I had obviously liked and searched for on Instagram, and it's just so weird. It's like it's tracking you every single thing you do, and like you said, influencing every single thing you do. Like you end up becoming part of an echo chamber where you're only going to see things that reinforce what you think and what you agree with, and it's very scary, I think. Yeah, you are. I mean, the internet obviously is made to be free, so we can all like explore new ideas. And I never saw this point of view, but it's kind of getting to the stage where it's doing the exact opposite, and you are actually becoming part of an echo chamber where you're only going to see things that agree with your point of view on Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit, or wherever you go to. Like, you're never going to be challenged, and that's one thing. Like, I like to be challenged on my opinions. Like, if I believe in blah blah blah, I always like to enjoy somebody's opinion who I like. For example, like when I'm out with my friends and we're talking about something, I always like to play the devil's advocate, just because I like to,
yeah,
right, yeah, exactly. I just like to try and find a different side of an argument, because I think it just makes it so much more interesting, because I always like to be challenged or proven wrong, because it's like learning. I mean, no side is ever right, like 100% right, no matter what you're talking about, whatever subject it is. So, but it's almost doing the opposite. There is no devil's advocate with the internet these days.
I had a scary thing happen on Valentine's Day, like talking about like the internet influence. Like Rebecca got her present, like a bracelet. Never said like the website or anything about it. And like as soon as she got it and we like exchanged gifts, she started getting ads for it. And it's something I bought months before. So it wasn't something that showed up recently, like because we were near each other using the same internet. But it was like her camera on Facebook had seen like the box it had come in, and then started giving her ads for it. Because that's the only thing we came up with, because neither one of us said anything about it, because it happened almost within like a 5-minute time frame. I hadn't talked about it. It's something that had literally been at my office, put in my desk for a long time, and all of a sudden there's ads.
It's like there's no way that could have been like manually set.
Yeah,
that's very creepy. Like, I've often thought about putting a thingy over my camera, like a tape or whatever, so they can't see me, because I've started to get to that. Like, before I'd be like, you're fucking being paranoid if you do that, but now I'm getting to the stage where I'm like, I actually might start putting it, because I just really don't like the idea of being watched. But then again, at the same time, Twitter and Facebook and Google all have access to my GPS and at all times, so it's like, fuck either way.
Man, it's not those people. You got to worry about your subscribers. You're about to have 100 that like your growth rate. You're eventually gonna have like 100,000 or 1,000,000 people that are gonna be all about you. Someone's gonna be like, "Let me try to get in to see his little camera," and supposedly it's not that hard to see into your camera. So you could have one little stalker that's like just looking at you. Or there was an app I saw someone posted on Reddit that got approved into the app store that lets you like live stream from people's cameras on their phones. And
yeah, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of phones, this is actually links into what we're talking about. I just bought a new phone. I bought a Huawei.
Yeah.
Not a big brand in America.
But isn't it like a Chinese company?
That's exactly.
That's
coming out about them being Chinese spies. Yeah. They're basically like stealing everybody's information everywhere. And so like, but part of the thing was like, so okay, on one side you have like Huawei. Okay, they're a private company, but they're technically any company in China can't say no to the Chinese government when they ask them to spy on people. Like, you can't say no. So say like Apple, say if the US government said to Apple, we want you to spy on those people and give this information to the US government. Apple couldn't. If this was, this is not the US government. In case anybody chooses in, this is China specifically. So Huawei, they technically have to give all of this information to the Chinese government. I don't know, the communists. Who knows how to work over there?
Yeah. So what made you choose that phone out of all the phones that are out there?
Because it was cheap. Cheap ass. It was I'm a Samsung. I was a Samsung guy. I always loved Samsung phones. But the Huawei was like $200 cheaper. and it had the exact same like space and RAM and functionality and stuff. So I was like, not that interesting anyway. So not gonna
So
get all that.
what kind of equipment, if you're cheap, do you use for your channel? Like your lights or camera or whatever, mic?
Oh, for camera, it's where it is. It's like a Canon 600D, something like that. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. Like I can't take a good picture with it. If that's what you're asking. I just press record and it starts recording. For lights, whatever it was on Amazon. Again, it's cheap. And video software, just use like Final Cut Pro, which you got from Pirate Bay.
Yeah. Spooky said Samsung. I love mine. I want the watch. I got the watch.
I get to watch that.
Flex.
Nice.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I told myself I was going to use it a lot more for exercise than I do. I usually just use it to check my messages.
Are you
But,
streaming, Blake?
shut
Gotta
up, Ethan.
exercise, man.
Fuck off, Ethan.
Every day.
It's hard to exercise when it's raining all the time.
You do it when you wake up, man.
I don't ever wake up. I'm not awake right now. This is just a weird sleep paralysis thing.
Wake up, exercise, meditate. You'll feel better.
Wake up, microwave, eat it.
Yeah.
Go back to sleep.
So what do you guys plan for? Sorry, you want to go ahead?
No, I was done.
So what do you guys do for Paddy's Day?
We were talking about going out and drinking at a Chinese restaurant. I don't know if we'll end up doing that, but
we're actually missing a St. Patrick's Day party right now, so
yeah.
But it wouldn't be that exciting. So I wore green though for the just in case.
Nice.
Yeah,
good.
We took my dog to a St. Waggy's Day thing at the park yesterday. Blake couldn't go because what happened with your dog, Blake?
So Navi, all right, Huskies are escape artists for one, but I have a fenced-in backyard, and then I have her on a tether because at one time she tried to. Speaking of messages, at one time she tried to get under the fence. Well, she chewed through the fence. I mean, she chewed through the tether, and she would not come back to me. But funny you asked that, Ethan, because I took my. I'm gonna probably catch some shit. My parents had a shock collar, and they let me use it, but it also has vibrate. So it doesn't actually, I mean, it will shock them, but it has a vibrate that doesn't. And she's been listening to me so good today. Like I only had to do it like once or twice, and now she comes to me every single time. So I might have to use that next time I go out in public.
I thought you were saying you put that between your taint and your butthole, and things have been feeling good since then.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that on this live stream. I was going to wait till the Pornhub one, but I mean, yeah, it's really nice because then you can just give the remote to someone else. And yeah, it makes for very good dinner talk. Yeah. I mean, let's be real, guys. It's the 21st century. If you don't shock your butthole, what do you do?
Exactly. Come on.
How does anyone get off anymore?
That's fucking vanilla at this stage. Come on, guys.
Right.
I saw a meme today on Reddit. It was like the porn when you first started watching porn, it was like Mr. Krabs on a normal day, and it's like you're the porn you watch now. It was like him all like leather bound with like a gag in his mouth and stuff. So it was really funny. I almost posted it to Discord, but I've been kind of lazy with Discord. So
yeah, I've actually been posting now, and Ethan's just disappeared.
What?
So,
I mean,
so go join our Discord, everyone. You
posted on our Facebook page too. We got things scheduled until Sunday on our Facebook page, so go give it a like.
I've been liking you guys' Facebook page. Actually, for my own private.
Oh, we're gonna track you down.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys will probably track me down.
Wait, start sending you ads.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
We're also on Amino now, so.
Sorry?
We're also on Amino now, so you can like, comment, subscribe on that. So.
Okay, Amino. What's Amino?
It's like a phone app, like Reddit. Okay, it's like Reddit if you combine Facebook and like made it more not Reddit. And
if you use promo code The Strangest, you will get absolutely nothing because we're not sponsored.
I mean,
but we are.
We're partnered with Amino though, but you can see it. But yeah, go like us; it might help us. But it's like Reddit, kind of. Like if you like, what kind of Reddit app do you use on your phone? Do you use the normal Reddit app, or do you use like a third-party one?
I just use whatever First came up on the Google Drive store, and I just use that.
I don't know if that was it. Like back in the day, like the new Reddit app is more like Amino is now, but before, like Reddit on the computer was more like just like a less shit, like kind of crummy. Like I first wouldn't Reddit for a long time because I thought it was like a really shitty looking website.
Yeah,
And
that
didn't
was
really,
exactly the same. That was what put me off going to Reddit because its
yeah,
UI is terrible.
yeah. So like Amino is like if you took Reddit but combined it with Facebook and made it more like commercialized. So kind of like what Reddit is like now on their like official Reddit app. So it's not the annoying thing with Amino to me is like they segment things. They have communities which are like subreddits, but they segment like your karma, which is called something else, reputation, only goes to that community, and you can get followers though, kind of like subscribers, but it's only to that community. So you have to like divvy up your time between these certain communities, but it can supposedly help you get YouTube views because Mr. Ramsey, I think Mr. Reality gets some good views on it because like their paranormal subreddit, I mean, see, I'm calling it a subreddit community, can get some good views. But then I don't know really what else can get. It's really weird. It's kind of weird how it's like kind of fragmented, but I'm still learning it. They're the ones who told me about it, and then we got an email about them to try to like help promote stuff. Like it's one of our things we actually responded to and talked to them about it. So you're supposed to be able to post videos and pictures and stuff, but it's if you used to Reddit, it's like if you really made a clunky, really clunky Reddit is Amino. So
Okay.
We're about to get unsponsored.
yeah,
We're
unpartnered.
watching this.
So no.
Turning you down.
No, but it's different. If you could like, if you imagine like getting in on Reddit on like the ground floor where you could learn and stuff, because like some of the communities will only have like even their biggest ones will only have like 100 or 200 people on at one time. So you could really build a niche like audience just like right there.
A what audience?
I know, but they also something unlike Reddit, like they if they know you're a creator, they flag you as the creator of that content. Like one thing with Reddit is there's like kind of like a fine line. You kind of have to say like, oh, I found this on the internet, let me post it. Not like I made this. Why don't you like this? On Amino, it's like, yes, I made this. You guys now enjoy it and they actually like it. So it's not as like toxic. So for creators.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But at the same time, like the discover, I don't know how the discovery system works. Like Reddit, you have the upvote and it pushes it up. Like Amino, you have likes, but I've seen some things that like featured and stuff that I don't really understand how they made it that far. / like some things that I don't really understand how their discovery necessarily works. Like kind of like
It's like if it's an echo chamber or like whatever.
I don't know. It's interesting. We're still learning it, messing around with it. Rebecca's trying to come down and tell
You
me.
scared the shit out of me.
been
I
on
thought
it
it was
3
coming from
hours.
behind me.
Really?
Yeah, I have bells in my house, so I was like freaking out.
It's literally a dog jiggling around. Why are you coming down here?
I need my nail polish opened.
Really? You need your nail polish open? That's what we're doing right now?
Welcome to the strangest. One person's playing with a dog, the other person's talking about nail polish.
I'm trying to get my cat's attention.
So what's your cat's name?
Oh,
Oh,
Charlie.
Charlie.
He's actually named after Charlie Day or Charlie Kelly from.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He liked It's Always Sunny so much he named his cat after it, Ethan. Give the show another chance.
Well, literally, that would be my son or daughter's name if I had one.
Charlie?
So, yeah.
Name it Charlie Kelly. Charlie Kelly. I was about to say your last name, but Charlie Kelly, last name.
Yeah.
Pet Break. Yeah, it's Pet Break. I'm trying. Let me see if I can get Navi in the frame. Come here.
Wait.
Sorry for wasting all your time, man. We've kept you a really long time. Really appreciate it. That means we really like you. So
Yeah, because I really have enjoyed this, dude. I'm having a great time, honestly. This is really
that's
fun.
good.
Yeah, it's really flown by. It's been a good time.
I planned to make the strangest longer ever live stream. I don't know how long it is, but
It's getting there.
It's going
like,
up there. I think Swamp was our longest, and that was close to where we are now.
I thought Mr. Reality passed him. I would have to
don't know.
see.
It was a long time.
Like Mr. Reality, Like when we had him on the stream, like me and Rebecca were actually going to drive to Williamsburg, 3 hours away, almost the distance of the coast of Ireland. Right after that,
Yeah,
so
that's driving across around.
yeah, so we started the stream at 8 and like ended it close to midnight, and then me and her drove to Williamsburg and got there at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So
Spooky said someone was 4 hours. How long was hers? Because hers lasted a long time too. But we were also really drunk. That was a good time. We need to do that again. She just drank a whole bottle of Patron by herself.
All right, here we go. Now we got the.
Oh, all right. Let's all get
Can't freeze.
the animals. Come here. Mine's the hardest one. Oh, come here. Oh, you're so heavy. Why are you so heavy? Oh, God. Hey. She's not about it. Here we go. I'll do this. Hey. There you go. There's some animal. That's Navi.
Oh my God.
But yeah.
Like, I'm legit showing this cat where they're going, but he doesn't understand that tables have tops done, so he's just sitting under the table.
Tables, how do they work?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, it's been a good time. I've had a really good time. It was nice to hang out and get to know you. You're a cool dude.
Oh, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
No.
While he's sitting there shitting himself. But yeah. Yeah, no, here, honestly, guys, this was really fucking cool. Thank you guys so much. I would love to be on again if you guys will have me,
Absolutely.
because this is really, really fun.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
okay. Mr. Reality was 3.5 hours. So Swamp Dweller was 3 hours and 27 minutes. So he beat him by 3 minutes. And Spooky Whispering, let me see. She's close. Hold on. She was 3 hours and 9 minutes. So yeah, she was the first.
Okay, I'm third. I'm third then.
Yeah,
Yep.
you are
I'll take
third.
third. I'll take third. Okay, that's fine.
Actually, you should be in 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, you good.
Too bad we're ending it right now. Bye. No, I'm kidding.
No! All right, that's fine. I'll take third.
No, the worst is gonna be like I download these and post them the Facebook a week from now, so it's gonna be such a slow download and posting it. So
It'll be fine. Struggle's real, but yeah, we'll definitely have you on again. It's been a fun time.
please
We've
do.
only scratched the
Really, guys.
surface.
Thank
if
you.
you're ever near America, tell us, and we could
I
literally
will be.
on the East Coast. We could definitely meet you. West Coast, maybe.
The closest I can give you is 2020. But yes, like I said, I wanted to do a road trip. Like I said, my brother lives in New York. My auntie lives just outside Baltimore, like between DC and Baltimore. And we wanted to keep going down because I want to go to Atlanta and then from there. But I think somewhere in there, let's grab a beer.
No, definitely, because I like the idea. I really, really like it. And now we've met people off of YouTube and not gotten murdered, so I feel a little bit more confident about it. So
That's also like, I mean, I haven't actually met anybody in person from YouTube, but it's honestly, it's the best part of making a YouTube channel is meeting people.
No, definitely. It's
It's
been
really
a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's the funnest part of it.
Because when we first started, we didn't really realize there was a community out there, and then we actually started talking to people, and I mean, we've met some really cool people, and the fact that we've met people in person is just kind of mind blowing. So
yeah. Michael Scott was our first collaboration on YouTube, so him to be like the first real life one was really cool. So it was also good to meet him, and like Joey being so close is really cool too. We get that Mr. Davis level, like he's close. We can just go stalk him, Blake.
yeah,
He's not too far from you guys.
Yeah,
he's close.
he's probably only 2 hours away from us, realistically, I think. So
Gotta ratchet up that stalker level.
yeah,
Exactly.
start listening to his live streams, get an idea where he's at.
Yeah, exactly. Triangulate.
See what he mentions. Create some fake profiles to be on the chat just to drop some like random locations to see if he reacts to them. Hot or cold.
Exactly. All right, well, do we have any closing thoughts?
Oh yeah, my closing thought is your Twitter profile picture. How did you like? What is up with that? Because I was gonna say like,
from conspiracy captain I did on Post Malone being cursed. I thought it'd be funny if I looked like Post Malone in the video, so I gave myself those stupid fucking tattoos. No, I love
Yeah.
Post
I
Malone.
literally thought we were going to be interviewing like a gangster rapper, and then I actually clicked on it. I was like, oh, okay, those are fake.
I wish. Yeah, no. That's the inspiration, and I thought it was a funny picture, and I thought it would be better than putting my logo on. Just have a face, and I just enjoyed that, and it was a fun video to make because I looked completely stupid, and I enjoy looking stupid. So
I
yeah,
think it's really cool. Like we had a friend who was a SoundCloud rapper for Halloween who did like that, like had the tattoos on his face and everything. So that and the captain hat is just fucking it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like it literally is a perfect picture. So
thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's the reason behind that picture.
yeah, so you're on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere else, or is that like where you focus all your like social?
Yeah, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon. Let's spit it. Yeah,
Yeah.
all at that.
Yeah,
All at that.
Patreon. So
I don't really plug my Patreon very often, but I'm not gonna plug it now. But yeah, all at that chapter, and you can find it all there, really. And if you
get on it before he gets 100,000. So you could say you're there before.
Yeah, get on the ground floor. Well,
yeah,
couple of steps up now.
No, you literally jumped between 10,000 from the first time I messaged you to like when I was like since we didn't do the live stream last week because we were at the battleship, but when I was like saying the week before like who our next guest was gonna be, you jumped over 10,000 subs. I was like, holy shit! When I pulled it up, like
I hear it'll die down now.
like how big your channel was. I was like, holy shit! It's grown.
Sure, it'll die down now. I'm sure it'll stop. I'm sure it will. But
No, you're doing stuff.
anyway.
You're doing really cool things. You got people interested and excited. So, and look at Mr. Davis. Davis has grown like crazy. So as long as
he's gonna get the fucking whatchamacallit, poster or whatever
The play button.
That's the word. Yeah, button. Sorry, it's 3 a.m. where I am. Yeah, he's gonna get the button soon. So he's really killing it. He really is.
Get our shit together, Ethan.
One day we'll have it full. Like that's why I like talking to people and hearing different people's experiences because it gives you motivation, gives you like a reason to hear, and it makes you not feel so alone. Like After Dark talked about how like she could relate to things we were talking about at the very beginning. I'm like, it helps you know that you're not alone and that other people have the same thoughts and everything. So.
Totally. Yeah, definitely. And the thing is as well, everybody's experience is different. Like there is no one thing to do. Because I remember like a year, 2 years ago, I would constantly Google like how to grow quickly, what tags should I put in. And the advice was always the fucking same. It was always like, increase your watch time, have a good thumbnail. And I was like, okay, I know that, but like what are the actual hard fucking things I should put in my videos? Like what are tags that I should put in? And everybody grows differently, honestly. And
see, you're brave. You put yourself in the thumbnail pictures too a lot of times. That's really
sometimes I don't. But yeah, no, that was actually Ryan from Nexpo advised me that because he advised me. He gave me a lot of help, and he said that because I appear in videos that I should add myself to the thumbnails, and I think that helps. Yeah.
Man, might help. It helps with Johnny. I always tell Blake that we should have like do more in-camera stuff, but then when we do, we're always like nervous. Like we do the live streams fine, but like it's something about knowing that I don't know. Even though we can edit it and stuff, we kind of like fuck up. I don't know.
We're also usually drinking when we do this.
Yeah, so. It's more relaxed.
That's what made me want to do this because I was like, yes, I can drink while I'm doing it because I was very nervous getting in here. So I was like, thank God.
Usually people start out nervous, and at the end they're just flipping the fuck out. They're like, "Fuck yeah, live stream!" So, but yeah, I mean, it really our very first time we were awkward, but you get used to it.
Yeah, so we need to swap. We need to get unawkward on the actual camera because when we did the investigation with Michael Scott, like. He was like a pro. Like it was like seeing literal like a behind the scenes of his video because all of a sudden like we'd be talking to him and then all of a sudden he'd go off to the corner and switch on his camera and be like Michael Scott from YouTube like filming a scene and it's just like what the fuck? Why can't we need to get on that level?
Not so natural at it, like yeah.
Blake did good on the investigation part like of the battleship, but I struggle with the real life stuff. So
one day.
Yeah, we'll see. But thanks for hanging out with us.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. And yeah, I really Really, really appreciate it.
No, you're really fucking cool. I don't know if I told you this. When I saw that, when I first was going to invite you, I didn't know you had followed us on Twitter. And I was like, holy shit, you fucking followed us.
You guys have been for ages.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, holy shit. Because I'd watched your videos before. And I don't know how I missed that notification, except like since we share the Twitter, like one of us clicks on it, it like goes away. But it's like, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's why Ethan took so long to get on the stream. He had to go change pants.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Got excited. No, it's
He's like, Mike, oh.
no.
3 a.m.
I
jokes.
hear that. Fair.
No, but you've been killing it, man. But still, even from your old videos to your new ones, like you've been really fucking consistent with it.
I
Impressive.
just try to make every video better than the last one. Sometimes I fail, but I try to succeed more often than that. So. But yeah, sure. We'll see.
When in doubt, bring back the face tattoos, man.
Yeah, or even worse, the fucking stash.
There you go.
I haven't seen any of those videos, but that stash was not a good look. I had a really bad 70s porno stash for a couple of videos, and it looked like shit. So, yeah, I'll bring back tattoos, I think, maybe. My saving grace.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
if you haven't checked them out, go check out that chapter. You won't be disappointed. Go like all the fucking videos. And we'll eventually have videos out from the mansion, the battleship, and all the stuff with Joey Adventures and Michael
And
Scott.
Blake's home recordings of his haunting.
Yeah.
I'm excited to actually edit that, make it a little bit easier to see. We're trying to have our first video out on Tuesday if possible.
Yeah.
So
I want to see your night vision and your chairs move and shit.
oh yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't happen tonight, but if it does, I'll definitely post.
I mean, I'm hoping it doesn't because for your scare sanity, but make a fucking good video.
It'd be a good video, yeah.
Views. Do it for the views.
Yeah, do it for you, bro.
That's the weird thing. Like the most things that happened to us when we were on the ship, it was when we turned off everything. And it's like I wonder if that's actually coincidental or if that's the reason there's not much proof of ghosts because they seem to realize if you're like recording. But we wouldn't get any activity, then we turn off everything and then stuff would happen. It's like, damn it. But yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, I'll definitely, if it happens again, I'm definitely going to set up a camera.
Do. I would really seriously be interested in seeing that. That's fascinating.
Definitely. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Again, go check out his channel. It's linked in the description below. And yeah, we'll be back next week doing something.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Friday, like American Eastern time after the daylight. Since daylight savings time is different for other places, I forgot about that. So 8 p.m. Eastern time. So,
yeah.
And
Anyway, yeah, thanks again for coming on.
Thank you guys. Awesome.
All right, guys.
Take care, guys.
And everyone else, stay strange.
All right,
And we're off.
broadcast.